Well, I think we didn't get a lot of shots. We passed up some, but in totality of the game, they won a lot of puck battles versus us. I think we were something like 23% in the second period, and that's the period where I thought the game really got away from us. I know the first period wasn't great either, but we were winning battles. We had some bad turnovers in the first. But in the second period and the third period, it was 50-50 puck battles. Their puck support and their determination on pucks, stronger on pucks, was very evident.
Let's get nasty on a Monday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. 203, your time check. Brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. That was Jim Montgomery following the Blues' loss last night to the Vegas Golden Knights. Kind of an interesting game. I know fans are kind of frustrated by maybe the perceived lack of effort. This isn't an excuse. Vegas is a really good team. And even though you beat them in the shootout a couple of nights ago, that's still a team you can learn a lot from. And as that game unfolded last night, and you watched the Blues struggle to generate quality shots, I think there's a lot to learn from Vegas if you're Jim Montgomery and the Blues. Not just from like a roster construction standpoint and where the Blues are overall, things they need to add along the way from a player standpoint, but the way that Vegas has played and can play. Because that seemed like a playoff game last night for Vegas, the way that they defended. Am I wrong on that?
No, not at all. I think that's the way Vegas treated it, too. I was talking to their head coach yesterday morning. I've known him since I was 10 years old. Bruce Cassidy. He's from Ottawa. Good guy. And he was furious with his team in Vegas. They were in a bad stretch as well. But he said we made some adjustments. And, he said, I've challenged them to treat this like it was a playoff game. He goes, I know what this team can do. Look what we did a couple of years ago. We won the Cup. We basically shut down every team with ease, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And that's what they did last night to the Blues. And it does have something to do with the roster, too. Vegas's smallest defenseman is 6'2". That's their smallest defenseman. Everybody else is 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". Like, they're big. They take away time and space. They take away the middle of the ice. And those are things that the Blues have to learn, how to beat that, how to play against that. And then look at your defense core. Your defense core, I think the smallest guy is like 6'1", Justin Falk. I think everybody else is Suter's taller, Broberg's taller, Tucker's taller, Parayko, Fowler. Everybody. So you're kind of building your roster in the right way to take away time and space from people. In a lot of games, since Jim Montgomery has taken over, you've done a really good job of limiting the damage of giving up grade A scoring opportunities because your defense are big and they take away time and space and they have good sticks. But Vegas put on a clinic last night. They just did. There was no oxygen for the Blues pretty much anywhere out there. Now, did they create some of their own problems? Yeah. The first period was turnover city.
Yeah, 20 seconds into the game.
I felt bad for Cam Fowler on that one.
Tough.
I have done that. What happened there is he's looking up the ice. He fully committed. So I'll compare this to a quarterback for you guys. You got a quarterback who's just fully committed to one receiver.
Ooh.
He's not checking down. When he broke huddle, he's like, that's my guy.
To him.
I'm throwing this post.
And then it's man-to-man. You're like, this is perfect setup. Hut. He takes off, and then man-to-man turns into the safety over top, and you're like, no. And then, but you're still waiting. You're still waiting. And then all of a sudden, there's a guy right on top of you, and you throw the interception because you didn't think of option 2 or option 3.
Yeah.
So that was Cam Fowler. He got married to the play that he was going to make, and then he tried to change direction on it. And Mark Stone, who's a great thief, he's one of the best pickpocket guys in the NHL, just knocking down pucks and stealing pucks. Stole the puck. Kind of a weird shot on net. Not a great one. Joel Hofer probably should have had that. I think if you asked him, he would be pissed off about that going in on him. And that just started you off on the wrong foot right there. I mean, I was barely warmed up between the benches.
You couldn't have been really have sat down and or got yourself together, put my stuff here. Oh, what the hell
I was moving my waters around. Then Vegas scores. I'm like, okay. Yeah. All right, show me the replay.
I need to see this one again.
But,
all right.
Yeah, so that's kind of it. The Vegas defends very well.
I would say you talk about Vegas playing that as a playoff type of game. I would say they probably finished that third period the same way the last game. Like the mindset, and there is something to learn if you're a Blues team. As you said, this is a team in the Vegas Golden Knights that have won a championship. They have been at the top of the peak, the mountain. So you're trying to, that's your aspiration. Look how they play when they're down. Coming back in the game a couple of nights ago, look how they play after they lost in a shootout, starting the game off and saying, the hell with this, we're going to attack you from the moment we get on this ice until we get off of it. And that's one of the keys you had yesterday was playing a full 60 minutes. They played like 59 and 40, right? The first 20 seconds, you just,
oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. But you have to be locked in from the moment you get in there. If not, turnovers happen, mistakes happen, you're not prepared, you're not ready, and you're down 2-0 before you even blink, and you're like, oh, crap, here we go. Now we got to dig ourselves out. I think there is a lot to be learned from the Blues, and this is why I've said all year long, like, if you're expecting this to be a championship team, you're going to be frustrated. If you're expecting it to be a real serious playoff contender, you're going to be frustrated because they're working their way to that. Like, you don't fire 2 coaches in a year span and all of a sudden, boom, you're a champion. No, there's a reason why those coaches got fired, and I'm sure they worked their butts off and did everything that they could do. But the players have to be ready to play from the moment the puck is dropped until it's time to get off of the ice. And at times, we've seen this Blues team not always ready to roll from that moment until the end of the game. And when they figure that part out and they play with the amount of toughness and grit every single night, they'll be a much better team.
So some Blues fans might be upset about the amount of shots that, were taken throughout the course of the game. What does Jim Montgomery attribute that to?
There's 2 things I attribute it to. And one is we can learn from Vegas. Their sticks and protecting the middle and how much they pressured and were on top of us, it forces you to miss the net. And 2, we didn't do a good enough job of getting the inside and beating them to hard areas to get real grade A chances. We got enough big bodies ourselves, and we got a lot of really good NHL players, and we just got to win that battle for that space, that those couple of feet in front of the blue paint, that's where you get paid.
So, Jamie, let me ask you this.
Yep.
Vegas crowded the middle of the ice. We've seen other teams do this to the Blues. We know they got oak trees, and you have outlined this. So what's the counter? If you're the Blues, what's the counter? They're taking away the middle of the ice, right? So you brought up a football comparison earlier. If everybody is jamming the middle of the field, I got to look to the perimeter.
Yeah.
But in hockey, if you get to the perimeter,
that's where we want you.
Right. The quality of shot is not there. So what is the counter to Vegas saying you're not coming in the middle of the ice?
Well, the counter, quite honestly, there's 2 ways to counter it. That, in my opinion, not the coach of the Blues, but this is how I would look at it, is, 1, we have to move the pucks low to high. So Vegas crowds the middle of the ice. And when the puck goes low, it's very easy for a team to shrink. We'll call it to the house. Everybody shrinks. Now, good luck. What are you going to do? You try and get through 5 big bodies, pass it through, shoot it. It's difficult. Yeah. Now, when the puck goes from low to high, somebody has to break free from the group to challenge the puck. And when they do that, that's when the defenseman has to do a good job of moving slightly left or right, finding the shot lane, and then just getting the puck to the net. And then other guys have to be there. That's one way to do it. The other way is shoot from almost everywhere. As soon as you get across the blue line, I would be telling 2 guys, go to the net. I don't care how hard it is. Go to the net. Want it more. And then you shoot the puck. The reason you do that is now the defenseman has to watch the shot. He has to find the rebound, if there is one. He has to find the open sticks. He has to battle a guy. There's way more to do from a defensive standpoint than just blocking the shot. You can try and front the puck, but to your point, if it's from a bad angle, it's going to come off the pads, weird, this, that, could hit a stick. The Blues don't just throw enough pucks into the net against teams like Vegas that defend the middle so well. I've said it before. This is why you establish the shot on the power play, is because it's an uneasy feeling for defensemen or defending players to have the puck go behind them, and now you try and find the puck wherever it is. And that's how the chaos happens, and that's when you get the little quick pass and it's a backdoor tap in. Yeah. Or it's a rebound goal, like Jake Neighbors style. You have to find a way to get pucks to the net, but you got to get bodies in there too, so that the defenders can't just worry about blocking the shot or fronting it. They have to worry about the guy behind them as well.
Can you flood their zone too? I'm just thinking, like, if they're protecting the house, right?
Yep.
And like you said, you pass from high to low, so you get that puck down low. Somebody can defend that, but if you have it back up high, then somebody's got to
Someone's got to leave the herd.
So can you start to send bodies where that guy once was, and then almost create this situation where it's like, oh, now another defender has to stop. Now we have another, because at some point there's going to be a lane, but I imagine that's got to be some pretty crisp, quick passing.
It has to happen fast, and you also have to make sure you get the puck past the shot blocker, because Vegas, the forwards, do the same thing. So if you go low to high in that defenseman and you abandon your spot for a pass.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Then that defenseman, the onus is completely on him now to get the puck past that shot blocker or just dump it back down to the corner.
Okay.
So you're talking 5-on-5.
Yeah.
Because the goal, the power play goal, Dorofeyev.
That's
not a real guy. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately he is, and he's really good.
It feels like 4 Blues were on one side, and he kind of snuck back to the by the goal. Like, he's by himself. Should that defender that is closest to him be cheating just a little bit more closer to him?
No, you can't there.
There's nothing you can do?
The Blues actually have been doing a really good job on the penalty kill of cutting the ice in half. So if you watch a regular power play, there's usually one guy on each side. And if you cut the ice in half, it's 4-on-4. Right. And then you have to dare the team to find that guy all the way back.
I got you. Okay.
What happened last night on that play there, Mark Stone's a right-handed shot. Mm-hmm. He's to the right of Joel Hofer. So he has a power move there where he can just take one step and shoot it on net or jam it.
Okay.
So Suter, the defenseman there, or whoever it was, has to respect the fact that he can walk off the goal line and score. Mm-hmm. And he's a really good player. So what they did is they tried to take away his time and space and block the pass. Except Mark Stone's a pretty good hockey player. He sauced it over Hofer and the defenseman's stick right onto Dorofeyev, who one timed it in the back of the net.
Yeah.
So the only thing you gave them, because in a penalty kill, it's like sometimes it's like a defense in football. We got to give them something.
Yeah.
Right? And if they get that, if they hit that spot, well, it is what it is.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Carey?
I watch our power play and we get
the same thought.
A shot on goal, maybe if we're lucky. That seems so easy. I've never put on state. I get it.
Let's just be fair for a second. When you see a play like that, it looks very easy.
Yeah.
Now go find 10 of those plays in a night.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, I would like to see an attempt of a play.
Well, we do. If you go back, if you want, I'll watch some power plays.
Please, I would love that.
And I'll show you that the Blues are trying to accomplish certain things. However, last night in particular, and I said it on the broadcast, is the Blues are trying, they're forcing it too much to get to the middle ice. Mm-hmm. So when the puck goes low, remember, everybody shrinks.
Right.
Well, when the puck goes low, everybody shrinks, and now the Blues are trying to make that pass into the slot, into that back door. It's not there.
Right.
If you watch the Vegas Golden Knights last night, the puck goes high or out to the wall.
Yeah.
Then it goes down to the goal line, and then immediately a pass to the middle bumper in the middle of the ice.
Right.
It's got to be bang, 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 bang. It can't be pass, stick handle, middle of the ice.
Because the pass, you move the puck faster than they can move.
That's right.
Once you get it there and get back, they're not going to be able to get back to where they need to get to.
And that's the point of moving the puck fast on a power play, which is why sometimes I get frustrated with the Blues power play. And a lot of power plays around the NHL, for that matter, is they don't pass the puck fast enough. Mm-hmm. It's simple. You don't have to make beautiful plays. You don't have to put it through guys' legs, over sticks, around the moon and back. You don't have to do that. Move the puck 6 feet, tape to tape, fast.
Yeah.
It forces movement from the penalty kill, and it makes... what it does is it provides passing lanes and shooting lanes at that point. And, Carey, it fatigues the penalty kill.
Yeah, they're going back and forth.
I remember being on power plays where we're like, we're not even going to try and shoot the puck for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We're going to move it around fast for 30 seconds, around the outside, the perimeter, low, high, side to side, low, high. And then we'd have a coach yell, okay. And then you can tell they're getting tired. Now's the time. Now we have plays. Now we have 3 set plays that we can use. Moving the puck, you see the guy gets slow, boom, to the middle, one-timer goal.
Yeah. It's Fast Line on 101 ESPN. That's Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Jeff Jones of the Belleville News Democrat had an article today about the Cardinals and the pitching staff and really what the game plan is. And there was something that really stuck out to our guy, Marshy. The plan, which really isn't a plan. We'll get into it next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Super Bowl champ Carey Davis, and with the weather the way that it has been, hopefully you were safe out there on the road. Still might be a little bit of ice. If you get into a little bit of a fender bender, my good friends at All Things Appearance can help you. They can cover all things auto-related, from small scratches to major body work, standard maintenance, dent repair, collision repair. Even if you have hail damage from earlier last year, they can help you with that as well. They can do it all. Their owner, Jeff, will work with you. He'll work with your insurance company to make sure you're getting the best price. Jeff wants to make sure that the customers that he works with are treated right and fairly. He won't overcharge you for something that other places might. He's not going to try to make the most money. He's just going to try to make the best thing happen for you and your vehicle to get you back on the road. He enjoys happy customers. If you need any help, reach out to him today at 636-248-5051 or at allthingsappearance.com. Jeff is not only the owner, but he'll be the one you speak with when you call that number. That's his personal cell phone number. You can get a free estimate on the work that you need done. Give him a call today. He does answer. He will answer after business hours. So give him a call, 636-248-5051, or reach out to them at allthingsappearance.com.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, Andrew Marsh. So Marsh had just sent out a link to an article from the Belleville News-Democrat from Jeff Jones, who covers the Cardinals. And it was a breakdown of, like, the rotation and the game plan.
Wait, hang on. Did you just use the word game plan?
Well,
I'm just checking.
I did. Marshy, I want to bring your passion to the show for a second here. What was the thing from Jeff's article that really stood out to you?
It was the fact that they have their pitchers, and they're just waiting until one of them gets hurt to maybe bring up some of the young guys. But they're in the waiting. They're waiting in the wings, Anthony. They're ready to go. They're just waiting on an injury.
Now, did the Cardinals say this, or this was just kind of something Jeff threw out there in your interpretation? Because it didn't seem like that was the act, like the Cardinals, in reading through the article, it didn't seem like the Cardinals were the ones that necessarily pointed this out. But...
Oh, come on.
Anthony, you setting me up for something?
No, I'm not setting you up for anything.
All right, so this is in quote from Ollie Marmol. It's always hard to say because by the time you get to spring, and you're a week in, health always pops up.
Oh, boy.
If we stay healthy, then we have some tough decisions to make. But if not, we have some guys that can come in after and do a nice job that we're looking forward to seeing.
So basically, Ollie is admitting, hey, injuries happen. We'll have the depth for it this time around. Which is not a game plan for your young pitchers.
No.
At all.
No. Well, so hang on here. Here's my thoughts on this. You also don't want the young guys to just think they've made it. No problems. Like that is the one thing that can poison a young player that maybe isn't mature enough yet. Not all players, some. And I went through this myself. I was that guy. Thought I was just going to make the team, no problem. Made the team out of training camp. This is easy. This league's easy. No, it isn't. You got to earn it. And then I started to not play as good and whatnot. And so I don't hate the idea of the Cardinals saying, yeah, we've got Sonny Gray. We've got Steven Matz, Miles Michaels, Andre Palante. Like, we've got our guys. Now, you know, maybe some competition and maybe some injuries. The young guys, McGreevy, Graceffo, and maybe Quinn Mather, you know what? Screw you. I'm going to absolutely shove in spring training, and then that's what you want.
That's an interesting viewpoint. So basically, there's two different viewpoints on this. There is from the Cardinals' perspective, which you're right. If you're Ollie, you want to create competition. You don't want to just hand anything to a young player, and I think most fans would agree with that as well. However, from a fan perspective,
I know
you look at it and you're like, what is your game plan? Because you have fast laned this thing up a lot over the last couple of years. And when I say you have fast laned this thing up, that thing, I mean, is your starting rotation. You have gone with the floor in most occasions. You've gone with the veteran. You fast laned up this Steven Matz contract because he hasn't been healthy, but you haven't been willing to cut bait on that. Miles Michaelis hasn't been good in a year and a half. Haven't been willing to cut bait on that. What is the game plan? So from a fan's perspective, it's like, you don't have 5 good pitchers to bump out somebody like Michael McGreevy, let alone some of these other guys. So Jamie, I think it's interesting that you viewed it from Ollie's standpoint, and you're right.
Well,
but from a fan perspective, like, what are we doing?
Now, hang on. I don't know that I'm right. That's just my interpretation.
I think you're right
of the situation.
A coach, a manager, whoever would want to create internal competition. I think that's smart.
Well, and two things that happen here is if you're coaching the older players, Steven Matz, Miles Michaelis in particular, in this situation, because they did not have good seasons last year, you say, listen, guys, I'm giving you an opportunity here. Like, I'm giving you all I've got. If you guys don't perform, and McGreevy and Grissett, these guys, I have no choice. But for the time being, I'm confident that you guys can find your stuff. And now as a veteran, you're like, okay, 1, you know that your job's on the line. 2, you know that you're going to get an opportunity. You're not just being kicked off the friggin' island, you know? And so maybe then you get the best out of Michaelis and Matz, and you don't have to worry about some of this stuff. But if not, they also know that that's the warning shot that if you're not good enough or these guys are better, we're moving on.
Here's my problem with that is they've shown that they've not done that in the past. Like, even going back to last year, like, you're in the midst of, I would call a playoff run. You're trying to make the playoffs. You have a Michael McGreevy that comes up, and then you send him back down, even though he pitched very well and probably could have helped your team down the stretch and get more opportunities. But what did you do? You went back to the veterans that weren't that great. Plus, in the past, you really haven't done that well, in my opinion. Now, other people could disagree, but when it comes to Matthew Liberatore and Zach Thompson and how you've handled them in the starting rotation and in the bullpen, like to me, like that's not a success. Now, Matthew Liberatore pitched a little bit better throughout the year, but where's Zach Thompson at?
Yeah,
that just. I agree. They got to change something, and if we get out of spring training and Miles Michaelis or Steven Matz or whoever, like they're not pitching well and they're in the starting rotation, like I'm going to be upset about that.
I don't think they will be though, Marshy.
Yeah.
I think this is boy.
I think you all are looking at this the wrong way.
Oh,
We've talked about one team in particular all off season and how great they are and how they have just signed player after player and pitcher after pitcher. You know what that team did? You know why they signed so many great players? Because inevitably they're going to get hurt. Gavin Stone, Walker Buehler, Tyler Glasnow, Clayton Kershaw. What did they all do last year? Spend time where, Anthony?
On the injured list.
On the injured list. So if you're the St. Louis damn Cardinals, you sign these guys, you allow them to wait, because inevitably somebody's going to get hurt. Then you'll get to see your Quinn Matthews. You'll get your Tink Hintz. You'll get your Graceffo. You'll get whoever you want to see. Huh? You ask for Zach Thompson. He'll be here. He'll be pitching because somebody is going to get a forearm strain.
I didn't ask for him.
Somebody's going to have a shoulder injury.
Way to go, Marcy.
They're going to step wrong and hurt their calf. They're going to get a blister. This is the right thing. You all are viewing this in the wrong way. The Cardinals have taken a page out of my other favorite team, the Los Angeles Dodgers. They got plenty of pitching. You know why? Because somebody's going to get hurt. And the Cardinals are saying, I got Sonny Gray, I got Eric Fetty, I got Steven Matz, Miles Michaelis, Andre Palante, and all of these young players who are going to get an opportunity to play. Because why, Anthony? What did I just tell you about the Dodgers? What did they do? Where did they spend time?
Injured list.
In the injured list. So eventually, because it's a hard sport, because you play 162 games, Jamie.
The pitchers don't.
Well, don't worry about that. They got to be on the road. They got to their traveling schedule is
terrible.
Hectic. You've done it.
Yeah,
so it's a lot. So, tiring.
Stay in the same
Is this
city
a youth
for 4 days.
movement or is it not? It is. No, it's not. And as soon as the older guys get banged up, you'll see the youth. The Utes, as some would say.
Utah Utes?
Nah, the Utes.
And when maybe you have a decent season and miss the playoffs because you had a terrible start to your season,
well,
then we can all look back and be like, maybe this guy should have been here all along. I don't know.
In fairness, Marshy, if you're expecting the playoffs this year, I'm sorry.
I'm not expecting. I'm just saying.
Glasses are off, by the way.
Yeah, glasses are off.
Yeah.
Real Carey's back.
Yep. I didn't realize I was tired of it until this whole conversation. I'm so done with like the mental approach to some of this, like the whole, if he gets hurt and this, who's your best five?
People are
who's your best
is this
five?
Not a merit-based?
What are we doing?
Starting rotation or team?
Who's your best five pitchers?
Oh, wait.
Roll them.
Hold up. You want them declaring who their starting five is right now?
They should know.
Why? How?
That's what spring training is for.
Yes.
You got to be kidding me.
If you go out there and Steven Matz is lackluster, he's probably going to the bullpen. If one of those younger players are performing at a high level, that's the way it should go.
I don't believe it.
Andre Palante broke spring training with the Cardinals 3 years ago. Nobody even knew who the hell he was.
That's what you're going on? You're going on spring training stats? If I knew you wouldn't knock me out, I'd throw a punch at you right now.
Why are you not listening?
I am listening.
All I'm saying is that there's young players, such as Palante was in that spring training, McGreevy, Graceffo, some of them could impress to break spring training. I'm not anointing 5 guys right now. I'm just not. Sonny Gray, I'm anointing. That's fine. He's the only guy that I'm sure he's going to be in my rotation.
Eric Fetty.
No, not even him. I don't even care. Why? What the hell did he do for the Cardinals?
You know damn well that all 5 of those guys will be the starting rotation heading out of spring training because they
No, because Matz will be hurt.
Okay, let's just say they're healthy. Let's say they're healthy.
Fairness, he gets hurt in April.
Let's just say they're healthy.
That's a good point. But
If they're healthy,
guys around for a bit.
You know for a fact, I don't care what they do in spring training. Well, it's spring training. we're just getting, everybody's getting, just ready. They're getting their arms loose. They don't care. Those are going to be the guys that will start the season if they're healthy.
Correct. This is part of the problem. Development has been a big word, big buzzword for the Cardinals and us this offseason. Evaluation should be the other big word. If you can't evaluate who is in your system and project just a little bit and be right just a little bit.
That's what spring training is for.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it is.
It is.
No, it's
That's why.
Yes.
That's why it's a friggin' month long.
That's what spring training is for. They'll be there, in 2 weeks? 3 weeks.
Pitchers and catchers.
Pitchers
Anthony.
and catchers. You'll have them revved up, ready to roll.
Spring training is for when it comes to how you describe spring training. That's how it is for bad teams.
No.
We're a bad team.
Okay, well.
There you go.
What the hell's your problem?
Bing
Yes.
bong. There you go.
What do you think we are?
An average one.
Oh, but
There's only one team that got an F in that report you gave a couple of weeks ago. Who was that?
Marlins? Rockies? Angels? Pirates?
I think it was Cardinals.
Well, it was the only NL Central team that got an F. I'm sure all those other teams got one too. But
Marsh is right. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. What's more important for the NFL? Chiefs three-peat or a different Super Bowl winner? That's next on 101 ESPN. Missouri sports fans got some great news. Underdog Fantasy is available to play in your state. Underdog is the best place to cash in on all your takes during the NFL playoffs, which players might go higher or lower on their stats. Well, you can play at Underdog, and with 5 million happy players and 2 billion won, Underdog Fantasy makes it fun and easy to cash in on all your favorite athlete performances. It's not just NFL playoffs, NBA, NHL. You can combine certain players to build your champions picks when it comes to this weekend. So, for example, Jaden Daniels, higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. He's had at least 2 in every full game that he has played over his last 7 games now. Maybe you combine that with Travis Kelce. It's playoff Travis Kelce, Carey. Playoff Travis Kelce, go higher on his reception total. Maybe there's something in the NBA you're looking at, like, might want to combine some with Jokic, right? Combine all of those together. Those are your picks for Underdog Fantasy, and when you do so, you can win big. Underdog is the best place to play. Sign up, deposit now with promo code Anthony to get that $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. And if you're in Missouri, you'll get an additional $50 in bonus cash when you play your first $5 entry. Again, that promo code is Anthony at Underdog Fantasy. Must be 18 or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. $10 deposit minimum. See UnderdogFantasy.com for terms and conditions. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a SportsCenter update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues lose to the Vegas Golden Knights last night by a final score of 4-2. We talked a little bit about that game earlier in the show, and we'll also get into it more throughout the remainder of the show. But if you missed that or if you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. The Blues will be back in action tomorrow, taking on the Dallas Stars. You can listen to that right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. Also this weekend, we'll have the NFC Championship game and the AFC Championship game on Sunday. Pregame starts at 1 o'clock for the game. Kickoff is at 2 for the NFC Championship game. And then, of course, following that is the AFC Championship game between the Chiefs and the Bills. Coming up next, how much does the NFL need a Chiefs three-peat versus a new Super Bowl winner? We'll discuss right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the SportsCenter update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We have Championship Sunday. Nice job, Carey. I heard the cough.
You did?
Off air, not on air.
Oh,
so
okay.
Nice work.
I asked Carey.
Unfortunately, it's been a thing in the past, which is why we're not talking about it.
I asked Carey to cough. I said, okay, now cough.
Yeah. What? No, thank you.
The Championship Sunday, Champ Bash
Warm.
at Hot Shots. I'm just going to power through this. Our live pregame show with me, Anthony Stalter, and Scott Rizzuto, and our guy, Andrew Marsh, will start at 11 a.m. So get there early, grab your seat, enjoy the Hot Shots pregame tailgate specials from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. before kickoff. There's going to be plenty of screens to watch the AFC and NFC championship games. Bunch of giveaways throughout the day, including Blues tickets, Point Fest tickets, and more. Plus, the Rizzuto Show will perform their live choreographed dance pick'em challenge, or I'm sorry, pick'em punishment for losing the pick'em challenge at halftime of Game 1. Don't miss this year's Champ Bash with the Fast Lane and the Rizzuto Show at Hot Shots Fenton this Sunday. All the details can be found at 101ESPN.com. Saw Riz yesterday. He's like, you guys picked songs that we can't dance to. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was a punishment.
Is there a song he can dance to? Have you seen Riz?
Snapdragon.
He does that wedding dance like two-step, side to side.
Yeah, the white guy.
The white man's overbite.
That's right. Yep.
You know, Carey, you laugh at us.
Yeah, Carey knows exactly what he's talking about. He's seen white people dance.
Especially at weddings. They're the best.
Yeah.
They're like, Carey's probably like, how many times are they going to play Cotton Eye Joe?
Right. Yeah. I mean, seriously, Carey, do you just look and you're like, man, this is sad. No rhythm.
You're completely, you're grading us, aren't you?
Nope, I don't say anything.
He doesn't have to grade you.
Nah.
It's terrible. Across the board.
What is the most overrated wedding song? Is it the everybody clap your hands? Clap, clap, clap. Or is it that one?
No, that
or is it the
That's a good one.
The
one hop
Macarena.
this time?
No,
Same song.
Right foot. I hate that song. That song stinks.
I think the
stinks.
Macarena gets overplayed. And every DJ does it on purpose. When the dance floor is weak, when it's like slow, it's not many people out there, all of a sudden you'll hear dun, 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 and they'll, oh, I can do this dance. And everybody, and I hate that song.
I mean,
It's the dumbest
fairness
dance
to DJs, you gotta get people going somehow.
I know, but he said, what's the most overrated or annoying song? That's it.
All right. How much does the NFL need a Chiefs three-peat versus a new Super Bowl winner?
I don't think the NFL needs anything. I think I don't think the NFL gives a damn.
Swimming in their money.
Yeah, they're going to be fine either way it goes. I think the storyline.
Let's do the backstroke, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I think the storyline is really cool.
I was reading somebody say something funny about Carey.
I think it's really cool if the Chiefs are able to be the first team ever to three-peat. I think there's a sentimental value if the Bills win because they were the one team. They've been 4 times in a row, like one of the greatest teams ever put together. Like you despite not winning a championship, that team in comparison to any other team during a 4 or 5 year window was probably one of the greatest teams ever. They just couldn't win a championship. Which
they couldn't win one more game.
They couldn't win one more game.
Seriously, that team was loaded.
They were loaded. Hall of Famers upon Hall of Famers on those teams.
Both sides.
Exactly. So that's a story. I mean, you got the up and coming Commanders where you got this rookie quarterback that some people think is the greatest rookie quarterback season ever. And then to go and win a championship would be amazing. I guess the only storyline is Philadelphia, and Nick Sirianni was probably supposed to be fired, in your opinion, Anthony, week 7 or 8 at some point this season, or maybe after he yelled at the fans, or maybe after he threw the ball to Saquon.
Which time?
One at a time.
Which time did he yell
7,
at the
8,
fans?
10, I don't know.
Who, Sirianni?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Remember they won 13-10 over some garbage team? He's like, how do you like me now?
Are you not entertained is what he said.
You're not entertained.
They're like, no.
Like, really? You just
we're
beat
not.
like the Browns or something.
My favorite was when
Barely.
he went after his own fans in Philly. That's always a great idea.
Well, this is the thing about Philly. They actually enjoy that. You've played in Philly. I know you know. They throw things at you. They say some things to you, man. You're like, you can say that? That is, whew.
It came from a human being?
Wow. Batteries and just be careful.
First started playing in Philly, we played at the old Spectrum. And the Spectrum had the high glass behind the nets. And then as you went down the boards, it was low glass. Like, I'm talking 12, 14-inch high glass. That's all they had. And when there was a scrum along the boards, Philly fans would be reaching over, ripping your helmet off, pulling your hair, trying to poke you in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Fan involvement. Yeah.
It was fun.
Good
So
time.
they were okay with Nick Sirianni cussing and fussing back with them. That didn't bother them.
I think that you could have. There's only one scenario, one Super Bowl matchup that offers hatred on both sides universally.
Okay.
Chiefs Eagles, because people hate the Chiefs right now, and people typically don't like Eagles fans. So if you get Chiefs and Eagles, you're like, no, what am I attaching?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the fan bases that are not in Kansas City, not in Philadelphia.
What's weird, Anthony, and you're right, but what's weird is I feel like most of the nation would be pulling for the Eagles.
I think so,
too. People are so tired of the Chiefs. They've got Chiefs hangover right now, much like the Patriots for their run. Yeah. Like, people were like, wow, the Patriots won. That's awesome. Oh, they won again. Holy crap. Well, and then they're like, I hate the Patriots. Right. I don't want them to win again. Why? And then for 20 freaking years, would they go to like 10 or 11 Super Bowls or something stupid? Like, people hated the Patriots for several reasons, okay? I get it. But most of all, because they were winning. Right now, you talk to people around, just anybody, like, even some Chiefs fans, like not super fans, they like the Chiefs. Like, yeah, it'd be nice to see somebody else win it. You know, like, we're a little bit over it.
I look at the matchups, and if it's Chiefs and Commanders, a lot of people, you could pull for the Commanders, you can pull for Jaden Daniels. I'm talking about from like a universal standpoint.
But what about Bills, Eagles?
Bills, Eagles, I think people hop on Buffalo.
Well, but hang on, hear me out. I don't disagree. I think the NFL would like to see that because Bills Mafia it's a thing now.
They're good people.
They're good people, but social media.
Anybody that sings that Mr. Brighthouse song in the fourth quarter?
I would have
He's doing it on purpose. He's disrespecting the song on purpose.
What is it?
Puke.
Anybody that sings that Mr. Brighthouse song in the fourth quarter?
You didn't hear me out.
And say, oh, we smashed through tables. You're a phony.
Okay.
You're fake tough. Nobody's jamming a Mr. Brighthouse in an NFL game.
Well, I don't think anybody is because I don't think that song exists.
It doesn't exist. Just let him have his moment.
If it was Mr. Brownstone, now we got something
Mr.
cooking.
Brown, what?
Mr. Brownstone.
Never heard that one.
Guns N' Roses.
No.
No.
Metallica.
No.
Just throwing up bands.
My point was Bills Mafia has a huge following, and social media has turned that Bills Mafia into something that's cult-like, okay? And we all know that the Eagles have crazy-ass fans, too. I think you'd have a great game on the field. I think you'd have 150 fights in the stands. I think it would be wild to have those two teams in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
For my dollar, that's what I would like to see.
Bills Eagles?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. It's not going to happen.
Wow. Oh, Chiefsaholic over here.
Yeah, darn right.
Somebody's taking over the job.
He's drunk.
I'm sorry. The Killers or Tech 9. I mean,
Tech 9.
it's not even. Quite
Oh
frankly,
my
it's not
gosh, Tech 9.
It's not even a discussion.
I don't.
Carey, you got me on this one.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
Tech 9.
Yeah.
What's that one song they have? It's the one song they have.
The Chiefs Kingdom.
No, there's another one.
No, it's you gotta fight for your right.
That's
No.
Beastie Boys.
That's the Beastie
No, that's what
Boys.
Travis Kelce sings all the time when they win the Super Bowl.
Caribou Lou?
No, it's another one.
The 151 rum.
I'll find it eventually here.
Caribou Lou's one of the bigger ones.
How the Hood Go Crazy. You haven't heard that one?
Maybe I have. I don't know.
You've heard it. I think it's one of their songs that's gotten like the highest.
Either way, Tech 9 versus the Killers. Come on, Marsh.
Nobody's playing that. Nobody's playing that at 1 o'clock in the morning at the bar.
Maybe they
Mr.
should.
Brown House, they are.
It's Mr. Brighthouse. What's trending? ESPN. Jamie, I know that recently you purchased a house, and one of the things that you did first was call our guy Stuart from Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation.
It was the first thing I did, Anthony.
What phone number did you use?
It's easy.
You went through your phone and you looked through the one number that you had from Stewie.
Only one number.
That's right.
That's his personal cell phone number. 314-324-4440. I called him. I said, hey, Stewie, I got this house that I'm looking at. I need your help, though. Yeah, got to figure out, get a pre-approval letter. Oh, no problem, Jamie, got you. And he was here, showed up here at the station the very next day with a list of things to do, things to get, emailed it all to him. Before you knew it, we were in the middle of this transaction. Things were going smooth, and we closed effortlessly.
And this is a home where you were showing me, and you're like, man, I love it. I love this house.
It's my dream home.
I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know if I can work it all out.
Well, there were
things
certain
like that.
circumstances.
And Stewie helped you with those. So
Yes.
Jamie had a unique situation. You might have a unique situation, but when it comes to Stewie, he actually thrives on unique situations, right? So don't be afraid if you want to buy a home, but you don't know if you can afford it or get the loan in place or, I got something going on. I don't know if that, but you know what? I won't even try. No, pick up the phone, call Stewie, 314-324-4440. Give him a shot. He can help you with loans, debt consolidation, refis, whatever it may be. You just call him and just ask him a question if you have
He'll
one.
do the work for you.
No doubt.
And that's where the added bonus is he guides you through, does the work for you, and then you reap the benefits.
No question.
So please call him 314-324-4440, or
you can always Google the bagel loan.
NMLS number 226715.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, Pete Carroll is back as a head coach in the National Football League. 3-year deal to coach the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders.
What are your thoughts on this? Good call by the Hair and Tom Brady?
well,
Tommy boy.
look, I think Pete Carroll is the right guy, or a Pete Carroll-esque coach, someone who's respected, someone who's been around a long time, someone who's able to put together a pretty good staff and good front office surrounding him. A guy who's got a great personality, seems to be popular amongst his players. He's not afraid to do wacky things, bring in celebrities, and do something. And Vegas, let's be honest, is the best place to do it. It'll also deflect some of the attention to how crappy the team is. I think some of the media will be focused on Pete Carroll, what he's been his whole career as a coach. And I think people in Vegas will buy the message that he's selling. And I think Pete Carroll will be pretty honest about where they're at as far as a franchise. I think the 3-year deal is perfect because I think if you let Pete Carroll cook for this 3 years, at the end of 3 years, this team could be something. And then at that point, you can decide to either hang on to Pete Carroll or move on to the next head coach that can take him even further. I like the hire. I like it for the Raiders. I don't know if I would have liked it in other places.
That's kind of wild, Carey. Go ahead.
I was surprised. It's cool. Who's playing quarterback?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
What? Watch.
Okay.
You love Russ.
Yeah, I do. When that's your option.
Well, that may not be another option.
Well, I think Russ played well-ish. I don't think all of the blame should fall on Russ this past year. I think the offensive line needs tremendous help for Pittsburgh. But for the Las Vegas Raiders, it boils down to who you have under center. Like, if you have a good quarterback, and you can figure Brock Bowers is an elite
6.
Is an elite player that they got. He's probably, in my opinion, rookie of the year. He had an outstanding season. And so, well, okay. Jaden Daniels missed too many games. Didn't he miss 3 or 4 games?
He missed 1.
He's made up for it by playing 2 extra games.
Missed
here.
1 in the stand. Yeah. And the week
Brock
18,
Bowers, because he
perform.
played in Las Vegas, nobody paid attention. You didn't watch Brock Bowers?
Brock Bowers is phenomenal. He's not
What do
winning
you
Offensive
mean?
Rookie of the Year.
Oh, gosh.
It's a hell of a
Carey, you
wrestler,
don't believe
too.
that. Did you forget Jaden Daniels?
I did for a second. Because I was thinking about, but I wouldn't listen.
Brock Bowers had an unbelievable season.
Hey, nah,
That's awesome.
Wouldn't be surprised. But either way, he had a fantastic season. You get him the ball more, find somebody. They need a lot of help. Just hiring Pete Carroll is not going to make them a competitive team in that division. That division is they're the last team in that division right now, in my opinion. Not even
close.
based off of last year alone, but just going forward. You got the Chiefs. The Broncos had a really good year, and the Chargers are on the ascend.
The other three made the playoffs.
Yeah, but the two that lost in the first round are going to be better.
Yeah.
You are not a good team. So that's an interesting hire. Not a name that I thought.
But I
would
think
be picked at all.
I think that's even better that they bring in a guy who's got this much experience to go through these crappy times. Imagine if you brought a Ben Johnson in. Okay, let's just say that.
Yeah.
You're giving him horse bleep. Mm-hmm. And he's got all these ideas that he wants to run because he's been coaching a good team and good players. That's how good coaches end up not being good coaches, because they have a team that can't support their game plan. So for me, Pete Carroll, if he fails, so what?
Right.
The team was crap anyways. He's 60-some years old, wherever the heck he is. Whatever. Who cares? But if you brought in like the Ben Johnsons of the world, the Kevin O'Connells, like whoever the young up-and-comer is, that's why the team, I think, 3 years from now will be ready for like one of those guys.
Yeah, I think that for this team, you hit the nail on the head, Jamie. For this franchise, one that has been dysfunctional until bringing in Tom Brady. And you know, Tom Brady probably pushed for this, I would imagine. This is an organization so dysfunctional that Pete Carroll makes sense for them because he can bring some stability in there. Not going to win. Carey's right. If you don't have a franchise quarterback, it ain't going to matter. But I think Pete Carroll can kind of settle things. You had a lot of inexperience over the last year plus with Antonio Pierce, and you had a lot of dysfunction with Josh McDaniels. So I think Pete Carroll kind of just settles everything. And then maybe he can also hire his heir apparent. You know, if I'm Mark Davis, you're smart. You say, hey, Pete, love to have you around for the long haul, but who's ready to take over once you're done?
Gerard Mayo.
Maybe it's Gerard Mayo.
Because things went well last time.
He had a chance.
Oh, he had a
Pete is
chance.
76.
Pete, yeah. 73.
Is he 73?
Yeah, he's 73.
So he'll be 76 at the end of the
Just to
contract.
be
There you
running
go.
around the field, you watch.
Oh, he's got so much youthful energy. All right, that's what's trending here in the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Gonna have a kind of a difficult conversation about some of the Blues players that you need a lot more from. Two guys that Jim Montgomery mentioned specifically. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Pure Performance in the business for over 40 years, and they have been outfitting the best dressed vehicles in the St. Louis and St. Charles areas. And you can trust your prized investment in the great hands of the technicians over at Pure Performance. They've got everything over there, from lift kits to running boards to light kits, leveling kits, those big tires, all of that stuff available over at Pure Performance. They have a 25,000 square foot facility. It's the largest in the area, by the way, and you can't miss it. When you drive down Highway 70, exit Cave Springs Boulevard. It's right there, down on your left-hand side. When you walk in, please ask for Shelby or Caleb. Tell them that Jamie Rivers sent you in. They're going to help you out. They're going to find out what you're looking for, and then they're going to make sure that they give you the best price available and the best service you've ever had. And if you have anything else while your car is in there, they're a full-service garage. The oil change, tune-ups, you name it. They've got you covered. And right now in the wintertime, check your tires, please. If they're not good anymore, you don't want to be driving around on ice and snow that way. That's how people get hurt. We don't want that. Neither does Pure Performance. Drive on by, they'll check it out for you, and they carry all tires, all wheels for every single vehicle. They'll make sure that you have a safe winter out there on those roads. Again, stop by, check them out, or visit them online at pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
Obviously, we're struggling to find ways to produce, and it's led into your whole game. So just got to find a way to start piecing it back together and get confident. And I feel like we've made some steps, but just got to find a way to play better and play the way we can.
That was Robert Thomas following last night's loss, the Vegas Golden Knights. 3:06 your time check. Brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Jim Montgomery spoke after the game last night about Thomas and one of his teammates and how they'd need to kind of get back into it here and get back into some production, some high-level production. So here's Jim Montgomery, and then we'll have a conversation about Robert Thomas and the other player that Monty mentions.
When you're gifted offensive players like they are, and they are good 200-foot players as well, when the offense isn't coming, your habits and the consistency with the way your habits are, your work habits, they deteriorate because you're searching for offense. And I've seen it over and over. It doesn't matter what player it is in the league. When they go through a slump, they kind of lose their work ethic. And it's just something we got to get back to.
Okay, so Buchnevich and Thomas were two players that Jim Montgomery cited after last night's game. Jamie, you have a really good seat for the home games when it comes to watching it from ice level. Mm-hmm. What are you seeing out of Robert Thomas and Buchnevich? Two players that, look, if you don't have high expectations, you don't have the frustrating disappointment either. Mm-hmm. Like if you're a bad player, nobody's like, we need more of this guy. Like you you kind of accept it at some point.
You're like, oh, well, that's what he is.
Yeah. What do you want from this guy? Stinks.
I know the feeling.
No, Jamie. What? We weren't talking about you.
No.
Robert Thomas and Buchnevich, you have high expectations, because everybody knows what we have seen out of them. So from your standpoint, your level of watching, plus your experience, what are you seeing out of Thomas and Buch?
Well, first and foremost, I'm seeing frustration. Lots of it. And some of it, I got to admit, and I'd say it right to them, I'm not fond of. Some of the body language, the slumping of the shoulders, the smacking their sticks off the boards, off the ice, throwing water bottles. Like, I understand you're mad. And part of me actually likes that there's frustration. You want that fire in the belly. But the fire in the belly can't burn the whole body. Right? It just can't. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is, like Jim Montgomery said, you're so focused on offense, you're losing your work ethic in other areas. That's being very specific. I'm not going to be that specific with what I'm about to say, but what it does, it takes over your thoughts. And then all you're thinking about is scoring. And when you don't score, nothing else equals it. And I get that. You're paid to score goals, you're paid to create offense, but you're also paid to help shut down the other team's top lines. This is what Robert Thomas and Pavel Buchnevich were paired together for, because you can put them out there against McDavid, McKinnon, Eichel. Well, you don't want that right now because they're not playing well defensively. -1 again last night, by the way, even though they scored a goal. So, to me, it's a matter of changing the focus a little bit. Like, let's work one period at a time. And I've said this before to you guys, and Monty has done this before with these exact players. Now, he did it in games as far as segments go. I would do it as far as periods go. Our goal for the first period is we outshoot whoever we're playing against. So if I'm matched up against Eichel, we have 4 or 5 shots on net, they have 1 or 2. So we win that battle. The next one is face-offs. How many face-offs do we win opposed to what they're... These are small little goals that very talented players can achieve. And by achieving those, you start to think more positively. And when you start thinking more positively, you start playing the way you really can. That way there, it's not an all or nothing feeling. Right now, it's all or nothing for Robert Thompson, Pavel Buchnevich. They're either on the score sheet or they suck, in their opinion. And that's what I'm seeing, is the kicking the boards and yelling at each other. And what happens is that brings down the team, too. But even more is the team worries then. These guys are not into it. What do we got? We don't have the scoring. Like, Braden Shenslein's playing great, but they can't score for 2 lines. And the third line is Sundqvist, and those guys, they're not scoring. And the Foxel line doesn't score. So now the only line that's scoring for you is Braden Shen, Dylan Holloway, and Jordan Kyrou, because your top guys are just so into their own heads right now. So for me, it's a path to getting back to goal scoring. The path is small, little attainable goals, 1 period at a time, to get them feeling good about their game again.
We get a text from the 314. How about if they skate hard to the bench for a line change?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Fast lane start there.
No, you're right. So I don't know who texted that, and I've told this story before. Jacques Martin was my coach in Ottawa, and I'll always say that he was one of the best X's and O's coaches I've ever had. We had a practice, Carey, where we practiced line changes. I'm not joking. For like 25 minutes. And I thought, what the hell are we doing? It's line changes. We used to out-change teams, though. Because teams would get lazy and coast to the bench. And our guys, we were all programmed. Now and I say it in the broadcast all the time, come off the bench with a purpose.
Yeah.
Don't just come off the bench and be like, where do I go? No, know where you have to go, because the puck finds you. And then that split second, that half a second or the 2 seconds that you're not maximizing because you've loafed it to the bench from the blue line all the way to the bench, if you skated hard, you get your fresh legs on the ice faster. It means you gain an advantage for 3 seconds. And it might be a loose puck that the fresh legs get to. It might be a scoring opportunity, a back-checking duty. I can't stand when players coast to the bench on a change. I was taught by old school coaches, you empty the tank, get to the... I don't care how tired you are, because we need to get fresh legs on the ice fast. And when I watch some of the line changes that are just coasting, stick over the shoulder, teeth, I'm like, Your teammate can't get on the ice until you get your ass to the bench.
Right.
So what you're doing is you're actually sewering your teammates at
And your team.
because you're playing 5-on-4 because you're not a part of the play, yet your guy who's coming on the ice can't be a part of it either because you're not close enough to the bench.
Right.
So, yes, the texture's 100% right. And what is that, Marshy? It's a detail.
And details matter, especially in investigations.
And what does Jim Montgomery always talk about?
He harps on the details.
Details of the game.
Well said, Marsh.
So these are things that can be improved upon that just bring up morale for these two players in particular and the group. But, like, it's got to start happening. It's got to start happening.
Do you think that some of this frustration is carried from game to game? Like in the first Vegas game, we're talking about Robert Thomas and Pavel Buchnevich, but Robert Thomas had what I think was a bad turnover in overtime, and which led to the Jack Eichel chance
then he missed
missing
coverage.
the net.
He just gave up on his coverage, too.
So you end up winning that game, though. You end up winning that game, but do you think that maybe it's not that specific play, but maybe it is where you carry that into the next game because you're trying too much, you're trying to that was a bad play and you're trying to do too much?
It's not one particular play that you go back and remember going into the next game. That's not really the way we're programmed, but you're programmed to go back, especially if you're Robert Thomas, looking at the score sheet. How'd that work out? How was my plus minus?
Not great.
How was my expected goals differential?
Right.
Were we plus or were we minus in the game? They were minus in the game. So that's the stuff that eats up at you. And what's great about today's game is also what's horrible about today's game. Is these players have access to their video clips 24 hours a day. They can sit in the locker room or they can sit in their living room with their iPad, click into the little website that they have, drag all their clips over and watch. And then for people like Robert Thomas, who he's somewhat of a perfectionist, believe it or not, and this is why he gets so frustrated with his own game, is because he always expects more from himself. He's told me this person to person. So imagine now going home and you pull up the iPad and maybe his girlfriend, his baby, whatever, but they're probably in bed at that point, right? Mama's tired, baby's in bed. Daddy's going to sit there, watch TV, or pull up the iPad, and now I'm going to sit here and wallow in my terrible shifts and critique myself for another hour.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go to the rink tomorrow feeling like crap about myself because, man, how could I play so crappy when I'm supposed to be the best player on the team?
Like the intentions there, like the intentions are good intentions. You want to make sure that you're getting better every single night in and night out.
But this is why I would institute the period-by-period small goals. Winning. Start to show the player that he's winning. And the winning doesn't necessarily mean on the score sheet.
Yeah.
You're helping us. You won 3 out of 5 faceoffs. You outshot the line you're playing against 4-2 in that period. You're winning for us right now.
Absolutely.
Change the mentality a little bit.
We also mentioned Buchnevich. Is it something similar with him? And Carey, you brought this up, I think, at the beginning of the week about when we talked about Buchnevich, in that he started the year off as a center.
Yep.
Man, he hasn't played center in like a couple months.
You're right.
I think
is that still an excuse?
No.
I think with Robert Thomas, I think with these guys, we talk about this all the time. Confidence is the most important thing you can have. You have the skill set, but once you start losing confidence, and if you're solely focused on stats, if you're a stat-driven guy, meaning I didn't get an assist, I didn't get a point tonight, I didn't have a good plus-minus, I was negative. If those are the things that are driving you as opposed to, well, I did block a shot or I did get my stick in the way and tip a pass or prevent an odd man rush, like those are the things that really change the game when you're playing and focusing on the other minor details, the things that you can control. You can't control if a goalie makes a hell of a save. Like you take a shot, things happen. You don't make the goal.
Which is why I would focus on the number of shots on goal.
Right.
Whether it's a grade A or a grade B chance. Like, start focusing on the things that you can pull some positives from.
A couple of really important texts before we sign off. Bacon-wrapped wiener.
Oh, boy.
Remember when Holloway got hit in the throat, forgot who he was, and still skated hard and finished his shift?
Yep, I do.
Well said.
It mattered.
Well said,
I do.
BWW. Waterboy at the Clear Camp, the number one rule. His details matter.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right. It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN.
And this clear camp will happen.
Yes. Yeah. it will.
I can't wait for you guys to actually try and put this
I've already texted.
Look,
I've already been
don't-
texting.
Don't worry about it.
He doesn't need
This is
that.
great.
Don't worry
It's
about
going to
it.
happen.
Just give me the dates.
I'll tell you about it.
If you're invited after this attitude that you've
I don't want to go.
showcased.
I just want to know when it is.
Sure.
You're going to miss out on a lot of fun.
Why?
No.
Yes, he's gonna. You don't want him.
Carey's our marketing manager. He's
Yeah.
right.
I was going to bring you on my side.
Yeah. Well, for the right price, Jamie. I was
I was going to let you skate in goal.
At the Clear Camp, you can play goalie every day.
Yeah, but I won't be shooting on him at your camp.
Well, you won't because you won't have the puck.
exactly.
It'll be out in the neutral zone.
Exactly. He won't have to defend anything.
You'll just have to stop the icings and put it behind the net.
Well said, Marsh.
Yeah.
Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. We have advice with former athletes. So if you've got a question or any scenario you wanted to throw at Carey and Jamie, great. Air Comfort Service text line. Again, 314-399-9646. Advice with former athletes next in the Fast Lane.
me some advice, quick.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We have Super Bowl champion Carey Davis and a former Blues defenseman, Jamie Rivers. For time's purposes, I'll just say Blues instead of all 70 teams that Jamie played for during
Anthony,
his
when
career.
you say it like that, I don't feel very positive about my experience. Carey, like, if he says, Jamie Rivers, a veteran defenseman, 14 years, played several teams in the league, and it says, I'm not going to waste my time with all 70 teams he played. That doesn't feel good.
It doesn't. But
does it make you happy?
You mean like, and one average Joe, something like that?
But I didn't do that.
Yeah.
That doesn't make him
Was
feel
I
good.
asked about it?
Didn't you?
Yeah, I was asked about it.
Didn't you?
And then Carey said, I love it. And I said, okay, we'll go with it. Now, a year later, we could probably mix it up.
We could change it.
That's 14-year NHL veteran, Jamie Rivers. And we have advice to former athletes right now. What do we got, Marsh?
From the 314, Mr. Rivers, if you were Justin Falk, would you expect a healthy scratch in the next week? What do you think about his game, and like, how do you go about that if some of the fans aren't really behind you right now?
Okay, so what I'd like to know is what in particular are they mad at? Because Jim Montgomery dropped him to third pair to play with Tyler Tucker. And I thought, apart from 2 turnovers in the first period last night, I thought Justin Falk had a pretty good game overall. In the first period, he made a pass right to the other team, tape to tape. Can't believe it didn't get shot in the net, but either way. But that happens. When you play a lot, that happens. Justin Falk played almost 21 minutes last night. When you have a defense core as deep as the Blues do right now and you're playing 21 minutes, that's a lot of ice time. Tyler Tucker played 15:08, if that tells you anything, and that was the lowest one. So I don't expect a healthy scratch for Justin Falk for a couple of reasons. Is he making all the right plays? Probably not. But does it look like he cares? Yes. Does it look like he's trying? Yes. Is he physical? Yes. Is he clearing the front of the net? Yes. Is he blocking shots? Yes. He's healthy scratch a guy who looks like he couldn't care less about doing any of those things. Because what I just described, those aren't sexy things. They're not fun. Scoring's fun. Power play's fun. But after that, like, Justin Falk is doing some of those ugly little things that you don't want to do. Again, he's going to make mistakes. It happens. But I wouldn't healthy scratch him.
Next one comes from the Water Boy. As a former athlete, what are some of the craziest autographs you were asked to sign?
Body parts. Yep. You get
Which
asked
ones?
to female body parts.
Like an elbow or
Sure.
clavicle?
Yeah, a little lower. I think I got asked to sign a baby's head.
I did too.
That was
the guy
weird.
handed me a Sharpie. I'm like,
Right here.
my
love to sign your baby.
He said, you got no hair anyways. I'm like, no, I'm not signing your baby's head.
Kind of weird.
Well, really weird.
Yeah.
It's about to go away.
The best thing is asking you to sign somebody else's picture. Like, hey, sign Willie Parker's picture. No, that's you. Why would I do that? I'm not signing that.
Yeah.
Get a Carey Davis picture. The hell you think this is?
I'm trying to think of some weird things, like just clothing and yes, some body parts too. One thing that was pretty flattering when I played in Boston is a young man, probably in his 20s or so, had me sign his forearm, and then 2 months later, I saw this guy again, and he had a tattoo
of it.
That's pretty
of the
solid.
signature. And I was like, man, you're going to regret that. I wonder what he has covering it up now. If you hear this, contact me. I want to see it.
Not after that book drops.
That's true. Might be more of them then.
Yeah.
What do you think is cooler, getting a picture with like a celebrity or getting an autograph from a celebrity, or just having a conversation and not doing any of that, just like a genuine conversation?
For me, having a story the next day.
Yeah.
I think the conversation, pictures are cool, but if you get to sit down and talk to somebody and just like hang out, I think that's even cooler. Like I've hung out with some pretty cool people in some pretty interesting places, and it's all fun.
I
Man.
like
I don't
that
have any
too.
pictures of it, but
No pictures
here.
allowed.
Yeah.
I had a conversation one time with Ronnie Lott.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, that was incredible.
Yeah.
Like, and we were at an event, we were drinking, we were having some beers and stuff like that. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
When the beers are flowing, I started asking all kinds of questions.
Of course. That's good, though.
He was great. Ronnie was open.
Most
about certain
people,
players.
I can't speak for
On
everyone.
and off the field.
I can't speak for everyone.
Like
but-
OJ.
Oh, boy.
Go ahead.
Nope. Gonna end it on that one.
No, don't end it on that one. What were you saying?
OJ ended it.
That's why I said continue to talk.
I was gonna say most retired players, current players, it's a hit or miss, but most retired players, and Carey, you can correct me if I'm wrong, if you're sitting there having beers with somebody and they're asking questions about certain players or coaches or things or stories, and that, it's kind of fun to reminisce, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some people come up and they apologize. Oh, I'm so sorry about asking you about, this, that. I'm like, no, man. I'm like, it's actually, those are great memories. And it's fun to tell the story and to kind of go over it. What I hate is when people come up, and I shouldn't say hate, that's a strong word. One thing that gets a little bit tiring is when people come up and they want to have the whole, like, they're the text line. This guy sucks. Why don't we trade him?
Right.
That's not a conversation. Like, it's not a conversation. You just threw a statement out at, and now what am I supposed to do with that?
Right.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of beers and I don't care. I get rid of them.
Right.
Okay. If you're the GM, you can get rid
Do
of
what
them.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to know what you do. I go, you just told me. So if whatever I answer that's not what you told me is wrong in your
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
So that's the part that makes it tough sometimes.
Yeah. That part's fun, and so is. Why don't you ever talk about this? I've never heard of what you're. I've never heard
You
of
don't
who-
know everything in sports ever? Yeah, I'm sorry. I actually don't. Nah.
Where is that school? In Montana? I've never heard of that
I
school.
don't think anybody. I don't know. I did learn. So, coaches have a lot of great stories. Like when you talk to coaches, I remember I was coaching the NFLPA All-Star game. This was in like 2013. And I was on the staff with Mike Holmgren. I learned a couple of things. He's hilarious. That's one.
No kidding.
And number two, I realized why coaches are there from 7 a.m. till like midnight, 1 a.m. every single day. Because they're not always working. They're just in there telling stories. I'm like, man, can we get the hell out of here? Can we go home? This is hilarious, but this is like the fifth one. But no, you learn a lot about. He had a great story about Andre Rison and Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and it was pretty intriguing.
I'm sure.
And so it was just, you're sitting there and they just go.
What's her middle name?
That's
Left Eye from TLC.
She's a rapper.
Oh,
Do you remember,
she
do you remember
burned the house
TLC?
down.
Yeah.
I
She
was in
burned down.
Atlanta when she burned that house down.
Yeah, she burned down Andre Bad Moon Rison's
Yeah.
like mansion.
was an
They were
accident.
dating.
No, yeah, they're too close.
No, it was an accident. She meant to burn some stuff from what I was told, but didn't mean to burn the house.
Whole house?
I know why she burned some stuff.
Yeah, well, I think we
And I
all
think
do.
that's why she didn't care much about the house either. Andre liked to play, not just on the
Football,
field.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a wide receiver.
Yeah, no, not just there.
He was hilarious. I met him a couple of years ago as well. Hilarious. Good dude. Really good dude.
Guess I missed out on that. On that drama.
That was a while ago, long time ago.
Long time
Yeah.
ago. You might not have been
No, he was not born.
96. What year were you born, Marcy?
96.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh man! All right, it's Fast Line on 101 ESPN.
Feeling old?
We do have a guest coming up right now.
Get him right now.
It's Corey Shonhorst, who is a comedian, somebody that has Punchline Productions 314. He's got a couple different businesses going on when it comes to like podcasts and things like that. One at Jamie's Buddies is going to join us live in studio next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Carey Davis, and if you are looking for new windows, let me tell you about the good people at Window Nation. They are offering 60% off of all windows with no interest and no payments for 2 full years. Window Nation they are experts at doing windows. That's all they do. Last year alone, they installed over 200,000 windows, and they will get that window fitted properly, measure it 3 times, and get it installed in 1 day or less. And Window Nation windows come with a lifetime warranty. All you need to do to get your free, no-obligation quote is dial 866-90-NATION or go online at windownation.com, and they can come get you squared away, get you together. You're tired of the cold air coming in this winter. Get those new windows. They will not only keep the heat in, but they will make the look and feel of your home outstanding. Those neighbors will be peering in, trying to figure out where you got those windows from. You can tell them, Window Nation. Again, 60% off of all styles of windows. That's double hung, bays, picture windows, everything. Pay nothing for 2 full years and no interest on that. 866-90-NATION or go online at windownation.com.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues lose to the Vegas Golden Knights last night by a final score of 4-2. They'll take on the Dallas Stars tomorrow. And you can listen to that one right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. If you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free 101 ESPN mobile app powered by the Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Make sure you go to the podcast page and you can find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We are going to be joined by Corey Shonhorst coming up next with Punchline Productions 314. We'll talk with him. That's coming your way next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh. The Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN. We have the pleasure of welcoming a guest into the studio. Don't we get many guests in the studio? Yeah, most of the time Carey scares them away. But, no, we have Corey Shonhorst joining us here. And first and foremost, Corey, I know you guys, you got a comedy show coming up here, I believe, tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, yeah. That's going to be for Dawg Nation, which is a hockey foundation. I think you know those guys over there. And it'll be myself, Enzo Needy, Eric Roosler, and Scotty James doing a little stand-up to raise some money for hockey families in the area that are in need.
Now, you also you run Punchline Productions out of Adventure Unknown. A lot of our listeners probably don't know either of those things. Take us behind the concept of Adventure Unknown and then Punchline Productions. And I know you got a couple of my buddies that are running some podcasts through Punchline as well.
That's right. And the hope for today is for the adventure to be known, right? That's what we're here to talk about. We get a little exposure for them. They're an excellent group of individuals, all business owners. It's a mixed-use workspace with some offices, and we've decided to put some podcast studios in the back. And the Punchline production thing comes from the name of Losey and I's original show. So Reed Lowe and I had a show. I tell jokes and he punched people in the face. So we call it Punchline Productions. And since then, we've got a few more guys that punch people in the face to join us. Cam Jansen, Jim Campbell's got a show coming up called Soup du Jour.
Nice.
So he'll be going around trying foods in area restaurants. And Cam Jansen's been lucky enough to be out there doing some dirty jobs type stuff. So we've got him plumbing. A couple weeks ago, he was doing construction last week. We were shooting guns with Twister down there at Asymmetric not long ago, and just all kinds of fun stuff. He's going to be on some hog farm action and just dirtier and dirtier as the time goes on with Cam. So that should be fun. And then Losey and I will still be doing our Punchline stuff around town.
So, Corey, you came in and I asked you, did you have Washington Commander colors on? And you informed me, unfortunately, that you went to Hazelwood East, and you almost did get thrown out. But it's okay. We appreciate all guests. No, but then honestly, I went to Hazelwood Central. We both grew up in North County. Found out you went to the same grade school as I went to. To the same junior high as I did. Have mutual friends. You being born and raised in St. Louis. Just tell us a little bit about your upbringing and how you got into this side of things, doing jokes.
Well, because I grew up in North County, I had to find humor in the breakdown, right?
There you go.
I grew up with an awesome mentor, Sean Blakemore, who's done a lot of films and movies. He lived with us while he was getting ready to do stuff. He was like a big brother to me and a father in many ways. He was a Hazelwood East guy. Also, he came and helped with my charity recently, flew into town just specifically to talk to my young men. And there was another great guy who used to cut my hair, D.L. Warfield. He's really well known in the hip-hop world, and he's helped me out with this charity a little bit too, and he's done everything from design. Almost every Outkast album from AT Aliens all the way through Usher and all things. So having great mentors like that in the entertainment industry, I always aspired to do that. But my primary and biggest hero was always my grandfather. Very stoic dude, and used to let me stay up sometimes and watch Johnny Carson. And Johnny Carson made my grandfather laugh. And so growing up, I always thought it would be cool if I could be somebody one day that would be able to make my grandfather laugh. So that's where that aspiration came from.
Corey, we're getting a couple questions here about the Punchline Productions website. So go ahead and throw out some of the information that you have so that everybody can partake in some of the podcasts that you guys produce.
Yeah, absolutely. Punchline Productions 314 on YouTube and punchlineproductions314.com. We're also on all of your social medias, X, which I still want to call Twitter. Kind of like I always say, like,
we just say Twitter. We just say Twitter.
Everybody says Riverport.
Twitter.
Yeah. Like I go to Riverport.
Oh yeah, 10 times over, but it's still Riverport.
It's Riverport forever.
So we're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We have a really great following on Instagram. We have great shows. Ashley Mayland has a show called This Is How We Heal. She was introduced to me from one of our other friends, Jamie Thurber.
Yeah.
And so we're just
Twister's fiance.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, we're piling them on, man. We're in talks with Jimmy the Cat Hayes. Look like that's going to be a thing here pretty soon. He's working that deal out, and hopefully that goes through soon, so we can get that big dog over there too. And we couldn't be happier, man. We're just very blessed right now in what we're doing.
So, Corey, do you pitch ideas to people coming in, or do they pitch you the ideas? Because like the Cam Jansen one that you have, knowing Cam, like that's just perfect for him. Yeah. Does he come up with that, or do you kind of help produce it?
It's collaborative. Yeah. You know, I would love to say that I'm behind all the greatest things in my in my thing, and
you are.
Since he's not here and he can't bully me around, and it's all my idea. Yeah. Conversation. The name was him and Kate came up with the name. You know, he wanted something he could drive, and we collaboratively thought about it would be cool to put him in a situation where he's a hometown dude, go out here and highlight some hometown companies and get his hands dirty rather than just getting pigeonholed into certain things. He's definitely a versatile guy, and he's got some really great one-on-one interviews coming up in the next few months, and after the season dies down, he'll be rocking and rolling even more.
Nice.
Yeah, so the comedy thing, you said that your grandpa used to watch Johnny Carson with you and it made him laugh and all this stuff. When did you start doing that? Because writing and doing comedy is not easy.
Jamie, I can tell you, he grew up in North County. He's been doing it his whole life.
Well, I had to be funny or tough.
Yeah, either or. It's one or the other.
Tell the jokes or beat people up. Yeah. No, but it is a hard industry. I mean, you talk to anybody, talk to Rafe, talk to any other comedian, to get up there and basically leave yourself exposed because people either love it or they hate it. If they hate it, they let you know in a hurry.
Right away.
So how did that happen for you? How'd you start, and how long have you been doing it?
Well, Rafe's been grinding out as long, if not longer than I have. Open mic nights started when I was probably 19, 20 years old. Got progressively into it. The circuit, when I was coming up, were people that have really stuck into it. I remember it was about public speaking for me. I was bad at public speaking and wanted to kind of need an outlet for therapy. And the first thing I learned in stand-up, I remember my first time up there, and it was a hell of a lineup with 5 people in the crowd because these people weren't known yet. So it was like me, Nikki Glazer, Tommy Johnigan, Jeremy Essig, and there was like 7 people in the crowd. And afterwards, I asked them, I was like, hey, what advice can you give me? And they're like, you're great at captivating the audience, but now you got to come up with jokes. Yeah. Because having your friends tell you in class, like, oh, man, you're funny, you should do stand-up, and then telling jokes on stage is a totally different scenario. So learning to piece that together in the cadence and the story, it's definitely, like you said, it's a live or die in that moment situation, but there's something about it where you kind of lose what's the outside world and it becomes very therapeutic. And Rafe may or may not agree, but many of us that do it, it's therapy for us. A lot of us have, well, just in general, a lot of us have traumas and broken things, and it's a way for some of us to get it out and get it out in the open.
So this, what's the name of the comedy show again?
It's Dawg Nation's Comedy Night.
Dawg Nation's Comedy Night. Tell our listeners a little bit about Dawg Nation. I know about them. Obviously, you're working with them hand in hand. Yeah. But some people aren't even aware, which is a shame, of what Dawg Nation is.
Sure. Yeah. Dawg Nation is an incredible organization, and it came about with a couple of guys that play, I guess, minor league hockey at one point, and now just play rec league. And Matt and Heath are good dudes over there, and Jared. And so what they do is they raise money for families that are involved in hockey at all levels, whether it's junior league hockey, professional hockey. When there's families in need that through the grapevine they find out they need some financial aid or some just meals brought over because someone's sick and that kind of stuff, they jump into action. And they're a good group of dudes with a niche market that is has done great work. And I think to date, over 50 G's in the bank and helping these area families out. And I couldn't be happier to help them out.
That's great. So one more time here before we cut out, comedy show is where and when?
So the comedy show is tomorrow night. The doors open at 6. There's still a few tickets available at the door. You can also go onto Facebook, onto my Facebook or Dawg Nation, and get tickets there. It's $30, which includes your food, drink, and the entertainment. That's adult beverages. It's at 1505 Finn Park Drive tomorrow night in Fenton, Missouri.
Awesome
stuff.
Well, thanks a lot for coming in, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Maybe the 3 of us will have to toss around 4 of us some ideas and get over to Punchline and have some fun.
No kidding. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'd love to have you guys on and talk about it. And you can wear your...
I'm going to wear Haiti's colors. You know I'm going to wear. I got to. I don't have no choice.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Corey. Appreciate you. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We do have Blues Q's coming up. So 314-399-9646. It's the Air Comfort Service text line. Any Blues-related questions that you have, send them in. Blues Q's next on 101 ESPN.
It's time for the Fast Lane's Blues Cues.
Time for Blues Cues. This is your Blues-related questions into the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646 with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Here is Andrew Marsh.
All right, so earlier we were talking about Robert Thomas and Pavel Buchnevich. We get a question from the 314. What gets Buch going? Contract looks terrible at this moment in time.
Can I answer that real quick?
Please, yes.
Like, the contract looks terrible conversation. It's... How long? When did he sign the contract? Has it been a full calendar year?
Well, he's not even into that contract yet.
So can we hold off on that conversation? Like, the Blues are trying to figure something. I know this is your segment, Jamie. I'm sorry for taking it over.
No, Blues Cues is ours.
Okay, but the conversation of, we hear this every, 2 to 3 weeks about a different player. Usually it's just Jordan Kyrou, but since he's scoring, I guess all is forgiven, even if he turns the puck over. He's scoring, though, Jamie, so...
Scored again last night,
He did. Another point. Anthony's making his way back up to the top.
Guess who won't have him next time we do that? You. I'm sorry.
You just love to take whatever guy I'm interested in.
That's
not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. He's scoring. Now he won't score for me and Dylan Holloway will. But I digress. Can we just not continue to pick and poke at every... Like, he's not having the best season right now. The season isn't over yet, though, is it, Jamie?
No.
Okay. And as you said, the contract has not actually started yet.
Correct.
So... if we're not counting that contract, is he playing to the level of the previous contract? Maybe you want more, but let's give it time. Like, let St. Louis take a deep breath.
Ooh.
Just take a deep breath. It's okay. It's not what shift your mind. This is therapy. Welcome. It's just shift your mind. Okay. Marshy, I see you gritting your teeth. You're gonna bite your damn tongue off.
I ain't buying what you're selling right now.
Just relax.
Relax.
Take a deep breath.
Don't do it.
And okay, I've never heard that one either.
When you wanna get through it, relax.
I have no clue.
When you wanna call, how?
You know. Pearl Jam.
No.
One of these days he's going to get it right. Sure. He's going to get it right and it's going to be great.
One of these times.
He was the one. He was
one time.
But just, it's okay. It'll be fine. Mm-hmm. They're building. You know, this is like people driving past that building that is not completed yet, and you keep at, when is it going to be done? And they just started construction. When are you going to be done with it? What is it? Let it
seems very personal for you.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just saying, let the building be built.
What building did you start that everybody's giving you crap for now?
Nah, you drive by places and people see
There's a building out in the Chesterfield Valley that I have no idea what they're building. They've been building it for like 3 years. I know the rink. I don't know what it is.
I know what it is.
Do you? I've been wanting to know for like 2 years.
So this guy, the guy who owns this company, he's the guy who sets every rock show that goes out on tour. They have to set up their stage and they have to get it right and all that stuff, and they rehearse on that stage for that particular tour. He's the guy that provides the space for that. That's why that thing's so massive. Really? It's stages that get set up in there. So like Metallica will come in, set up everything, and they'll run their set list through while they're in there to make sure everything is right. He also has areas where they're filming things for TV. There's current TV shows that he's got at his old facility. It's smaller. They'll be moving here. So there's going to be a lot of movies and stuff coming out of Missouri soon. I'm telling you.
I didn't know. Now I know.
Now you ask the right people.
There you go,
and be patient.
Well, Carey,
don't bring that in the blues section.
Carey, you're talking about building, you know.
You got to let the building be built in order for people to show up. Right. And for it to be successful.
Somebody once said, if you build it, they will come.
Yes. So a documentary on that one time.
I know, it was pretty fascinating.
Ghosts were coming out of the cornfields and stuff, man. It got weird.
I saw Children of the Corn. That was different. But still similar content.
I made the same mistake. I checked out the wrong doc.
You did?
Yeah,
did you?
That was Children of the Corn.
Yeah, they were not playing baseball.
Way different than baseball. Yep.
Yeah, Carey, you bring up the building, though. I feel like, when you're building the building and you're putting all the little things in, like, those are the young players that we're waiting on. Like, Booch is like a foundational piece.
Yeah,
at least supposed to be, and he's not playing how he's supposed to be playing right now. So, like, I understand where the frustration and questioning is from the fan base.
Sometimes you get pieces of your foundation that have a crack in it. You got to seal it, fix it up, and it's like brand new.
Should call Woods Basement
There
Systems.
you go.
Actually, they did a great job of fixing the cracks in your foundation.
Sure,
Really good call. Yeah.
All right. So this is not a Blues question, but we're short on time here, and this is something.
You got one in.
This is something that we have not brought up yet, and we need to bring it up. From the 636, how has no one made fun of Anthony yet for saying, let's get nasty on a Monday?
Did you say that?
Yes.
I wasn't even
Did you say
listening.
that?
Well, obviously,
It was
I
a
don't
bunch
know.
of people
Wait,
earlier
wait,
texting
Marshy.
saying Anthony is Friday.
Marshy, this is easy. Go on the YouTube channel,
I'm
drag
sure
it
I
all the
did.
way back.
I already hang on.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
You
sure
got
I
it?
did, yeah.
Did you?
I must have.
Let's get nasty on a Monday. What is wrong with you?
What are you doing?
How much time you got?
Here we go.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, I think we didn't get a lot of shots. We passed up some. I'm
sure I did.
But
I can't handle it if it is.
This is the beginning of the show.
totality of the game, they've won too many. They
many
won a lot
people
of
are
puck
texting
battles
in.
versus us. I think we were something like 23% in the second period, and that's the period where I thought the game really got away from us. I know the first period wasn't great either, but we were winning battles. We had some bad turnovers in the first. But in the second period and the third period, it was 50-50 puck battles.
Here we go.
And their determination on pucks, stronger on pucks, was very evident.
Let's get nasty on a Monday. It's a fast and on ESPN. Andrew Morris, Carey Davis.
The fact that you three didn't pick it up.
I was waiting to just do I was trying to hit the post. And you got nasty on the wrong day.
Nasty on the wrong day.
Damn it, we had 4 more days.
You said
Carey's crying.
Tuesday a couple of weeks ago, last week, and you said it was Thursday, and it was actually Tuesday. You're like, we'll see you Friday. And you're like, no, it's
Oh, we had to
Tuesday.
start. Yeah, we had to restart a couple that one.
How did you get Monday on a Friday, Anthony?
I could get
I can
anywhere.
accept. Not Monday.
I don't know.
What?
Oh, my Lord.
man.
But Carey,
Hold on,
shame on us.
I didn't hear it.
You were too busy waiting for the...
Don't make fun of me. I mean, none of you picked it
Oh,
up.
you did on purpose just to test us, huh?
I did. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was thinking, if these guys aren't listening on a Friday, I'm going to be really
At least
disappointed.
you got it right this time.
Yeah.
That was
hilarious.
awesome.
Do you want to start it over, Anthony? We've done it before. No.
It's too late now.
2 hours in.
Well, it is 4 o'clock. You know,
Hey, I mentioned I smashed my face into the side of a pool wall one time, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Clearly.
I know today is
Facts.
Friday.
Yeah.
Like, I might not know it's Monday, but I damn sure know when it's Friday. In fairness.
Yes.
I won't be here tomorrow.
You didn't today.
I didn't hear you.
Exactly. And that's the problem with this show, guys. If we want to get to another level, you guys, after I tested you, you got to know right then and there that I totally fast-laned that up.
That's unreal. We didn't realize it either.
I love that we just kept going.
On a Monday.
That's not even close.
Hey.
Not even close.
Well, okay. I mean,
It happens.
boy,
Does it?
guy makes
People
one
forget
mistake.
days.
That's a big mistake.
Guy makes one mistake. All right, Gauntlet, I think. Next on 101 ESPN.
Well, this time of year can be tough to sell your home. Maybe you just don't even know if you should sell your home. Most people talk about springtime, summertime. It can be any time of year, but you have to have the right real estate agent. That person is Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria's been in the business for well over 20 years now, and she understands the landscape here in St. Louis and St. Charles area. She understands that each zip code is unique to a certain price point. And that's fine. We all know that too. But you're going to want the most money for your home in your zip code. And Gloria Liu can help you with that. She's got all sorts of research and knowledge on all of these things, as well as a database with thousands of people that she can guide to your listing. That creates a lot of traffic and hopefully multiple offers and maybe more money for you at the end of it. But one thing I do know is that once you get an offer, Gloria Liu's going to make sure you guys get to the closing table. She's going to make sure you're happy with the price that you've got as well, and that you tell everybody about the incredible customer service that you received. So please pick up the phone, call Gloria Liu, tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number's 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888, or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Four categories, one challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
4:05, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome in Aaron into the Gauntlet. What's up, Aaron?
Hey, happy Monday, fellas.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you, Aaron. Absolutely. Good news. It's a Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, I did that for everybody. Every listener now is like, wait, it's Monday? Oh, no, it's Friday. You got us, Anthony.
You're so good to us, Anthony.
I didn't know I had fast laned that up.
We know.
All right, Aaron. Appreciate you listening. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks for playing. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me?
Well, you seem pretty off today, so let's go with you.
I knew that was coming. I almost teased that. I was like, well, if you want to play me, I think today's the day.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, good luck.
Yeah. All right, Aaron. Anthony's making his way to the Cone of Silence, where actually Mike Ryder's finally at work today. What? Did I say something
He
wrong?
works every day. He just doesn't
He's great.
work here.
No, he's awesome. All right. Aaron, tell Marshy to spin that wheel, please.
Spin it, Marsh.
All right, what do you want, buddy?
Oh, it's a crapshoot regardless. I don't care.
I think because Anthony's so off, it might land on random today.
No. Aaron, how do you feel about baseball?
Well, I might know one or two things. It's probably not the questions, but, we'll see.
Well, we'll see. You never know. Some of these fall in the wheelhouse. and some of them don't. But we'll see. Marshy's passing out the questions right now. Just a reminder to you and everyone else listening, each question's worth 2 points. If you use the options, only 1 point for a correct answer. Obviously, a wrong answer, 0 points. And if you're tied after 4 questions, we'll go to a tiebreaker, and we will get a winner in the gauntlet. Aaron, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Category, once again, baseball. Question number 1. On August 18, 2006, the Cardinals added some punch to their outfield by signing Preston Wilson. Days earlier, Wilson had been released by which of the Redbirds' big rivals at that time?
Take a shot and say no. Give me the options.
All right, options are Houston Astros, Chicago Cubs, Milwaukee Brewers.
Cubs, final answer. Should have went with that.
Thank you.
Question number 2. Can you name the Gas House Gang standout who won the National League's last Triple Crown in 1937?
Feels like yesterday.
Yeah. Crap. Give me the options.
Is it Rogers Hornsby, Joe Medwick, or Pepper Martin?
Joe Medwick, final answer.
Question number 3. Derek Jeter was selected to 14 All-Star games during his career. The captain notched 2 hits in his final Midsummer Classic, which occurred in 2014. Where was said Midsummer Classic played at?
You said 2014?
2014.
And we'll accept the stadium name or the city.
I don't remember. Give me the options.
Options are Globe Life Park in Texas, Nationals Park in Washington, or Target Field in Minnesota.
Target Field, Minnesota, final answer.
All right, we are at the last question. Question number 4. Identify the only Giants pitcher to claim World Series MVP honors.
Lincecum, Bumgart. Give me Bumgart, final answer.
All right, thank you. We'll get Anthony back in here. How you feeling, man?
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah.
That was Friday.
It's not Monday.
Thanks, Anthony. What day it is?
He's not here anymore. All right, Anthony, how's the Code of Silence? Look, they had some friends in there for a change.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good conversation today on a Monday.
So, it's a solid. Setting the week up perfect.
Absolutely,
Huh?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony. Well, your
You never know
category
how
today.
Tuesday goes. Tomorrow.
Your category today, baseball.
Okay. I had baseball yesterday, didn't I?
You did,
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. All right.
You better pack a lunch.
All right, fair.
Question 1. On August 18th, 2006, the Cardinals added some punch to their outfield by signing Preston Wilson. Days earlier, Wilson had been released by which of the Redbirds' big rivals at that time?
What year?
2006.
Okay. I got an idea because of the 206, but I'm going to take the options.
Was it the Astros, the Cubs, or the Brewers?
So I thought Astros because of the 06. Because I think he was with the Rockies for a little bit, and then he went to the Astros. I'll go Astros, final answer.
Question number 2. Can you name the Gas House Gang standout who won the National League's last Triple Crown in 1937?
Joe Ducky Medwick, final answer.
Question number 3. Derek Jeter was selected to 14 All-Star games during his career. The captain notched 2 hits in his final Midsummer Classic, which occurred in 2014. Where was that Midsummer Classic played? We will accept the field or city/state.
In 2014.
2014.
I'll need the options. Options, please.
Options are Globe Life Park, Texas, Nationals Park, Washington, D.C., or Target Field in Minnesota.
I don't think it was Globe Life. So either Target Field or where?
Nationals Park.
In 2014. I'll go Nationals Park. Final answer.
Final question. Identify the only Giants pitcher to claim World Series MVP honors.
Madison Bumgarner. Final answer.
You sure?
Madison Bumgarner. Final answer.
Okay, let's go over these. Start right there. Identify the only Giants pitcher to claim World Series MVP honors. Aaron, without the options, you said Mad Bum. Anthony, without the options, you said Mad Bum. Answer is
Madison Bumgarner.
It is. So 2-2 after one.
Nice job, Aaron.
Let's go with question one. On August 18th, 2006, the Cardinals added some punch to their outfield by signing Preston Wilson. Days earlier, Wilson had been released by which of the Redbirds' big rivals at that time? Aaron, you said the Chicago Cubs with the options. Anthony also took the options, but you said the Houston Astros.
That's right, he was a Cub, wasn't he?
Answer is...
It's the Houston Astros.
Astros. Anthony up 3-2. Let's go to question 3. Derek Jeter was selected to the 14 All-Star games during his... was selected to 14 All-Star games during his career. The captain notched 2 hits in his final Midsummer Classic, which occurred in 2014. Where was that? Aaron, you said Target Field, Minnesota. No. Anthony, you said Nationals Park, Washington. Answer is...
Target Field.
Oh. We're all tied up. We're all tied up. 3-3 going into the last question. Can you name the Gas House Gang standout who won the National League's last Triple Crown in 1937? Aaron, you said Joe Medwick. Anthony, you said Joe Medwick. But Anthony did not need the options. Aaron,
you have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today.
it was Joe Medwick. He got you with that one, Aaron, because he didn't use the options.
Yep.
Aaron doesn't like you at all right now, Anthony.
Well, that's fine.
I don't blame him.
Hey, Aaron, nice job.
All right, thank you, guys. Have a good weekend.
You too, buddy. We're going to have Tuesday tomorrow, but you have a great weekend.
Yeah. We got a couple more days for that. I mean, come on, slow down.
Good job, Antoine.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That felt good. A little pissed at myself for flip-flopping on the one, but hey, not going to complain about a dub.
What'd you flip-flop on?
I didn't flip-flop, but I was between Target Field and Nationals Park.
Yeah. Globe Life
You
Park.
would have gotten that, I feel like. I feel like that's right up your alley. You know, like every All-Star game and where it was played and all that. Who hit home runs and what stadium?
What the temperature was.
Well, I don't know about that.
Pretty close.
Tell me you didn't know that.
I mean, I might have known that. I mean, Globe Life Park didn't even exist.
That's what I said.
the crap that I don't know either.
Well, that's what I said. I know it's not Globe Life Park because that was just built a couple years ago.
Yeah, Nationals Park opened
2012.
So they probably would have hosted before that. Before
that's kind of what I was like. I'm circling the drain there on Nationals Park. All right, It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We got our NFL championship bash. NFC championship game is first. Our NFC championship entrance survey. Biggest difference maker, hero, goal, predictions. All next on 101 ESPN. New year, new keys sales event going on right now at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. Go down and see my friends. They got financing options for everyone at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum, and they've got great financing deals going on right now, too. Low finance rates, like 0% APR for 60 months on select new Nissans. And man, they've got some great sales, too, going on. Well, let's start here. They've got over 700 new and used vehicles on their lot. So you're bound to find the right car, the right truck, the right van, the right SUV to match your lifestyle and match your budget. So that's the there. But they also have heavily discounted prices on every vehicle in stock. So we're talking about new Nissans discounted up to $11,000 off. Several brand new models also priced under $30K. On top of that, 0 down and no payments for 3 months on select used vehicles, or no payments for 6 months. I'll say that again. No payments for 6 months on select new Nissans right now. I talked to you about the financing rates and the options there. Every 2025 Nissan model in stock at Auto Centers Nissan also comes with a free lifetime warranty and 3 free oil changes. Plus, you get that peace of mind, 30-day return promise. Within 30 days, if you're not completely satisfied with the vehicle, bring it back. They'll refund your money, set you up with something else. It's AutoCentersNissan.com. When you head out to Auto Centers Nissan, tell them Stalter sent you. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, Andrew Marsh. We've got our NFC Championship game entrance survey. Eagles, Commanders, first matchup on Sunday. What will be the biggest determining factor in the game? What do you got, Jamie?
I've got a couple of thoughts. So I don't know if I can pick just one because I have two in particular for me. Can the Commanders stop the running game? Basically, can they stop Saquon Barkley?
Right.
And can Jaden Daniels perform like he has once again, being on the road as a rookie in 3 consecutive playoff games? To me, those are the two factors. I guess I picked one from each side on this. That's what I'm looking at.
For me, I think the second one is the most important for me. How well does Jaden Daniels play on the road against a defense that has been playing extremely well? How does he take care of the football? Is the offensive line able to keep him upright and protected? If those things happen, he's able to have some success. But for me, I think that's the most important thing. How he handles the weather, I'm not worried about. They play in cold weather outdoor. But how does he handle that environment? NFC Championship game, everything on the line against a division opponent in their home for an opportunity to make it to the Super Bowl. I want to see what version of Jaden Daniels you get. I think he's been solid his entire rookie year. Like, he's been outstanding. Nothing seems to, bother him, but I want to see how this moment is for him and how the Eagles get after him.
Marsh, biggest determining factor.
I think it's Jaden Daniels. It really comes down to, can he do what he did against, Detroit, right? Don't get me wrong, like Washington defense, they did take the ball away, but they also gave up a lot of points too. But that offense, they just kept going, right? Like, when they'd give up points, the offense would respond. Can Jaden Daniels keep up with the Eagles' offense and expose their defense for however many, they don't have a ton of weaknesses, but can he do that? I think for him, he just has to keep doing what he's doing. Just keep doing what you're doing, play with a little bit of swagger, a little chip on your shoulder, know that you are the underdog in this, and I think he's going to be fine. I think they win the game. I really do. I know we'll get to that here in a second, but this guy's different.
I think this game will be won and lost on Jalen Hurts. I really do. When you look at the way Hurts has performed, the passing game just hasn't been there. I mean, A.J. Brown has been held to 14 or fewer yards in each of the two postseason games he's played. Devonta Smith has been okay. Dallas Goedert has kind of been the leading receiver for them. Hurts couldn't really move in the fourth quarter of last game. When you watched Hurts play and Matthew Stafford play, Matthew Stafford in the pocket, doing what he did, even in the snow, it just looked different. I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to perform any worse or any better than he has, but I think he's steady. I don't think Jalen Hurts goes out there and performs up to his standards. And when I say his standards, I mean from a couple years ago. But if he does, well, now you're screwed if you're Washington, because Philadelphia's got a better defense. They've got the better running game. They get a lead. Good luck. It's going to be a good night out.
But I feel like we've said that every playoff game so far for the Commanders.
Yeah, and it hasn't happened.
I know.
And I don't think Hurts performs well.
I feel
what evidence do we have this season that he will?
What's the spread on this game?
6.
So Philly's a 6 favorite.
Yeah.
I would go Commanders on this one. I just don't believe in Philly.
All right, well, we'll get there in a second there. Hero. Your hero in this game, Carey.
A.J. Brown.
Oh, well, is he going to pick a new book?
A.J. Brown.
Would you care to elaborate?
You need me to go any further?
Yeah, sure. Nice,
He's really good.
Okay.
Yep. And I've already heard.
Why is this guy short answer?
I heard the coordinator, Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr.?
No, Joe Witt.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Joe Witt saying that his brother, Bobby's brother, how they're going to treat Jalen Hurts like he's a running back.
Mm-hmm.
Beware. Buyer beware. You want to tell your defensive players, treat him like a running back. He's a quarterback. And what you have done potentially is unlocked something. They're not, in my opinion, you got to take something away. What you're going to take away more than likely is Saquon Barkley. I need people to stop thinking like A.J. Brown can't play football, like Jalen Hurts can't play football. And I think that's going to be the difference maker on Sunday.
But Carey, put on your defensive coordinator hat for a second, okay? Well, let's just be.
I don't have one.
Let's just be fair, right?
On your head.
No, that's a huge salad.
Yeah. I was trying to see if he'd do it.
Like, Carey, let's just be, let's. We know that you like the Eagles in this matchup and all that.
Sure.
Like, let's just be fair. If you're a defensive coordinator for Washington, based on Jalen Hurts and how he's been playing, wouldn't you gear up to hey, let's force him to be a quarterback?
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
But you called him a running back.
Yeah.
And so, good luck.
Okay. All right. Your hero.
Oh, boy. Hero. For me, it's going to be, I think it would be Saquon Barkley. I think that he's going to just do what he did last week. If he's the hero of the game, it's because he's cutting through the defense like that. He's getting chunks of yardage, and it gets to a point where you can't stop him.
Yeah.
So contrary to what Carey thinks, I think that Jalen Hurts, for me, I think the passing game is going to suffer. I think it's going to have to come down to the run game, and I think that they will be geared toward Jalen Hurts as well as Saquon Barkley, but they won't be able to stop Barkley.
Marsh?
Obviously, for me, it's going to be Jaden Daniels, but if I had to pick somebody else, I guess Terry McLaurin. I think he has a big game. Scary Terry. Why would that be? It's because of Jaden Daniels. So, but if it came down to like a final play, maybe I'm going with an interception, right?
Whoa.
They're throwing the ball. Maybe Jeremy Chin comes up big with another INT.
Nice.
You know, who knows? He did last week. So, but, you know, from the defensive standpoint, like you have a guy like Bobby Wagner on your team who's been there and done that. Like, I think we're like overestimating what this Commanders defense can do this weekend.
Underestimating?
Underestimating them.
Yeah.
I think we're overlooking.
We're overlooking, we're underestimating
Absolutely.
it on a Monday here in the Fast Lane.
Like the Eagles, like none of their wins have been overly impressive.
The Eagles?
No.
Yeah.
Like they haven't.
Jaden Daniels. I know it's chalk, but it's good. For me, Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels continues to play well. I think that this kid is unrattled. He is somebody that, like, we talked about it last week. He looks like he did at LSU. Like, there's no ups and downs. He sits. He's got ice in his veins. He doesn't get too, hyped up. He doesn't get too down. He's not slamming his helmet. It's just, I don't know. Oh, they scored again? Okay, well, watch this. So I got Jaden Daniels as the hero. The GOAT.
For me, I think it's going to be Jalen Hurts. I think they're going to try and elevate the pass game, and I think that he's just going to pass it into trouble and going to get picked off or what. To me, all arrows for me point to Jalen Hurts.
Joe Witt Jr.
Defense coordinator for Washington. Bobby's father.
Bobby's brother.
Got it.
Yep.
Just because he's going to get torn up?
Probably.
Because he called Jalen Hurts a running back?
Yep.
All right, so Witt. Marsh, your GOAT?
Nick Sirianni.
Oh,
and I only said that just so I
man.
could get you going, Anthony.
Yeah, Nick Sirianni is going to be the GOAT.
100%.
There's no question about it. Now, Carey won't. He'll find a way to, like, move the blame off of Sirianni.
If he makes a terrible call, I will call it out.
I think it's going to be a situation similar to, like, that Atlanta game on Monday Night Football where Sirianni doesn't step up and actually be the head coach of the team, doesn't put his big boy pants on and say, hey, Kellen, we need to run the ball here to force them to use their final timeout. He'll leave the window open for Jaden Daniels. Too much time on the clock because of poor clock management from Sirianni. And the Commanders wind up winning this puppy. So there's my prediction, by the way.
Wow.
Commanders 27, Eagles 24. Upset city.
Yeah.
Jamie.
I predicted a Bills-Eagles Super Bowl.
That you did.
So I can't.
Don't you back down.
I can't come off of that stance. So I think the Eagles win, but I don't think it's a high-scoring affair. I feel like it's 21-14 Eagles.
I got a 27-21 Philadelphia Eagles.
27-21.
Eagles. 31-29 Washington Commanders win the ball game. 31-29.
Marsh and I Commanders. Jamie and Carey Eagles. See you on Sunday in Fenton.
Yes.
Hot Shots Fenton. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We got our Sports Six Pack, and we will do the AFC Championship survey coming up at 5 o'clock. We got a couple of Sports Six Packs. 314-399-9646. That's the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you got a question for us, we will have our Sports Six Pack next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues fall to the Vegas Golden Knights last night by a final score of 4-2. They'll take on the Dallas Stars tomorrow, and you can listen to that one right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. On Sunday, we'll have both the NFC and AFC championship games. We'll have the Eagles going up against the Commanders. Pregame starts at 1, kickoff at 2, and then the AFC Championship game kicks off at 5:30. We have our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so if you have a question you want to send our way, do so using the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Six-Pack coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
If you have a question for us, the Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646 with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and here's Andrew Marsh with your questions.
Question number 1.
From the Waterboy, in high school, which sport that you did not play did you enjoy going and watching? The Waterboy was in the pep band, but loved going and watching high school basketball.
It's tough. I played all the sports in high school. So which one did I like watching? It's tough to determine that because I was playing in all of them. Carey, you must have been the same way.
Yeah, I did.
Could be all of them.
Well, I played basketball, played volleyball. Didn't play football because it was same time in Canada, same time as the hockey is. So
is it?
Yeah, it's the fall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hockey is
fall through winter,
fall through summer in Canada.
Yeah, but the football season is only like in the fall, so it's pretty tough to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I did play some football, but not in high school.
Track and field is always good.
Track and field was good, yeah.
When you're not running yourself. Get to see.
Depends who you're watching.
There you go. Yep.
Some elite athletes.
Yeah.
Very fast.
I'd say football. Football and or basketball. I did not play either one of those sports, but I enjoyed watching them and doing the roller coaster in the stands. You know, the roller coaster. You know what I'm talking about, right, Anthony?
The wave?
No, not the wave. The roller coaster.
What's the roller coaster?
You know, you get that one guy will go up and he's like, and the whole crowd goes with him.
I haven't seen that. No,
you haven't seen that.
I'm sure I have, but I didn't know it was called the roller coaster.
They don't have that in Detroit / Florida / Chicago.
New York, no.
No.
We didn't have that.
You know, I always loved when the other team would go to the free throw line because then you just get to yell at them.
Yeah.
You just get to yell at those guys.
That's nice.
It's good fun.
So you only played hockey in high school?
Hockey and baseball.
Hockey and baseball, okay. Yeah, I played baseball and football in high school. I mean, I don't know. I had good school spirit. I enjoyed going to the basketball games, both boys and girls. Soccer, volleyball. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I'll say basketball because that was always fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are always exciting. You get the band in there.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I don't really care for the band.
What?
That loud.
Oh, so yeah, it's exciting.
Loud. What are you, 70?
Those kids are too loud.
Yeah, I always feel
if you, even in college, the band's great, when they're playing the songs and you hear them and whatnot, but when you're sitting right next to them, it's not fun.
Yeah, if it's too loud, you're too old.
Sometimes, you don't have a choice.
Well, then just, deal with it.
Yeah, come on, man.
School spirit, my ass.
I never said I had school spirit. I just said I liked watching the games.
Here's the other question: Why do the basketball? I feel like the basketball teams got better, like drum lines and things like that better songs when it came to like the band and then football.
But football, I don't know. Like basketball, they're allowed to play throughout the whole game. I guess they can play throughout the whole game for football too. But
no, they make you turn it off.
Yeah, you can't. Right?
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. So basketball, they just let it fly.
Yeah.
And even hockey games, they let it fly too. The whole time the band can be playing and doing stuff.
I just feel like the jams are better in basketball.
That's possible.
Well, they will say this. You know, Kashmir from
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
So our band used to play that for football games. That would fire me up. They get going.
Is that a
It's a
rule?
good song.
Is that a rule that in order to be a rock star, you have to have a one name? Like you just have to have one name?
Led Zeppelin.
No,
Kashmir's a song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kashmir's the song
Gotcha.
of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, right. I'm just thinking of other rock stars with one name.
Like Prince.
No.
Yeah.
The band was Led Zeppelin.
Bono.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elvis. Although Presley. Kenny Rogers.
Madonna.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Beyonce. Here, Anthony.
Well, yeah, let's
You
Star.
stop.
You know damn well.
You stop.
You know damn
You
well
stop.
she is not.
You not a star?
No, God, she's a star.
She is a little preoccupied with other things right now.
I'm just saying her songs.
What's wrong with her songs?
How do I put
Like
this?
Jay-Z's whereabouts.
Well, I'm talking about just from a song standpoint, they're not good. That's all I'm saying.
I couldn't disagree more.
Okay.
Oh, Anthony, the 314 says acoustics are better in a closed gym than open air field for the band. Now that is a great, that's a great answer.
That is
That
great
I
answer.
agree with.
Yeah.
That I agree with. What I'm talking about is the song choice. Like it just there's more energy.
You got to blame the music instructor at that.
Yeah.
Or the
music director.
What do you call that person? The
Yeah,
conductor?
Conductor.
Well, they conduct. Yeah, I don't think
know
they
if
choose
pick the songs.
Yeah.
They do pick the songs.
Hey, Jamie.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I'm not a musician, Carey.
We'll find out. We'll blame somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always better that way.
Yep. Waterboy says SZA
There you go.
or SCA.
SZA.
She didn't say it was.
Yeah, she's performing at the Super Bowl.
You weren't here that day.
Nope.
I was reading the promo.
Oh, no.
And SZA.
Oh,
Carey put his hand up. It's SZA.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Anthony. It's SZA.
It's all right. You think Mr.
Brighthouse.
Now I keep wanting to call it that.
I know, right?
That's
I
Mr.
keep wanting to
Brighthouse.
call it that.
You mean the Bills song?
Mr. Brightside.
The reason why they're going to lose on Sunday?
Mr. Brighthouse.
I read an article that the Bills
Are
Mafia.
they the first game?
Their second game.
Oh, damn it.
Bills
I want to be the
Mafia
first game and just blare that song the whole time. For
apparently
Anthony.
wants to bring their favorite song, Mr. Brighthouse, into Arrowhead Stadium. And all I thought, as I was reading it, like they're like, yeah, let's do that. And all I thought is like, okay, you're not going to pump anybody up.
Well, actually, there's
With that crap?
probably a lot of Mizzou fans because Mizzou people like that song too, and they're probably Chiefs fans. They'll probably just sing with them.
I doubt it.
I know.
If
I'm
they're
being
all wearing
serious.
Bills stuff.
So, Anthony, if the Bills win against the Chiefs, I feel like you should be forced to listen to like 10 hours of Mr. Brightside only.
I'll tell you what.
Oh.
The Bills win the Super Bowl.
No.
Yep.
No,
The
because
Super
you're
Bowl.
Chiefs.
They are my Chiefs.
Yeah, so I don't care about the Super Bowl. This game.
Why wouldn't you care about the Super Bowl?
I guess it's one game at a
Us
time,
as
Anthony.
Chiefs
You know
fans,
that?
we care about Super Bowls. Maybe you should think about it,
Yeah,
Lions
That's
fan.
all they care about.
I've proposed a punishment
That was
for you.
Okay.
uncalled for.
Are you in?
I'm in if there's also a benefit. Because it's
You
not
can-
just a punishment.
Well, you can have a punishment for me.
Okay. I'm in.
But you know the punishment I'm going to give you.
10 hours of Mr. Brighthouse.
Yeah. Sure. Call it whatever the hell you want. You're going to be listening to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
On his
10
iPod
hours.
shuffle.
Whatever. I'm going to have a little music. I'm going to follow
No
him
damn well
around.
I haven't found that.
I'm going to follow him around with that thing playing.
I think it'd be funnier if you went to a concert of theirs.
Oh, God.
And he had to pay for the ticket.
Damn. All right, what's your punishment
What?
then?
That's up to you. Think I'm going to pick my own poison? What the hell's wrong with you?
Okay. Yeah. You got to get us matching Chiefs outfits, and we root for them in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Who is
T-shirts.
we?
Jamie and I.
Okay.
Deal.
Yeah.
Any word on the show?
Or whatever.
I think he wear it on.
He's not going to be here Super Bowl Sunday.
No, he'll be here.
I'll still wear it.
Well, he'll wear it. He'll honor it.
I'll wear it.
But,
I'll be in Mexico.
Yeah. Got to get us nice Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, you got to get the Chiefs thong. You can do that. Yeah. All right, deal. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. I think we answered, 1.1 questions?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It was a good question.
What's a great question? I can't remember what it was.
High school.
High school sports.
Oh, yeah, high school. How did we get...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You went to music, then you went to Mr. Bright's house side.
Yeah. And then
it's just
Jamie on a beach, Chiefs thong.
Yeah.
I think we're just having a case of the Mondays.
I think so too, Marsh. I think so too. Good call on that. All right, cul-de-sac. Splashback Deuce just mentioned that. You got to be fired up.
That's for me, though.
I know. That's great.
I'm not doing the cul-de-sac.
No, I'm not either. I'm just saying.
Might not grow back.
Very true.
I'm not screwing around with this.
You do have a nice coif, Anthony. I think it would be a good, punishment.
You would make one hell of a Dr. Phil. The old cul-de-sac and make him leave the mustache.
Hey, you know what we should do?
Oh,
hey, how about this? If the Bills win, Anthony's got to get just for men and dye his beard like Ryan Day.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
That's a good one.
Or just a big Sharpie.
That's a good one. I like that one. Ryan Day style. I think you should go that one.
Blush on his cheeks.
Oh, man. And I know give him an Ohio State cap. I think, Anthony, you might have
That's
had.
a rough
I think that's
punishment.
it. I think that's it. He has to come
Especially
in.
with cameras.
Yes.
While listening to Mr. Brightside.
Oh, Carey, you got that one in your holster, huh?
Oh, man.
All right, we'll continue our Sports Six Pack next on 101 ESPN.
the question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six Pack is now.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Let's continue our Sports Six-Pack. 314-399-9646, the Air Car Reserve Stocks line. Go ahead, Marsh.
Question number 2.
All right, this one comes from the 618. Do you think there should be a full week of press for the Super Bowl, and do you think it should be played in January?
Okay, hang on.
For the Super Bowl and played in January?
Yeah, do we need a full week?
Yes.
Of
you
press?
definitely need a full
week of what?
Of press.
Press and
Oh,
preparation.
Yeah. Do we need the week off?
You
though?
do. You do.
What would you know? He was like, wait.
That week off is important. You need it.
Of course you do.
Yeah. For preparation, get ready.
Get healthy.
Yeah, get healthy, get ready to roll.
I don't know if we need a full week of press, but I'm with Carey that the players, I mean, it just makes it a better 2 weeks.
It makes it better for us, too. For content.
Yeah, some
Jesus,
of it.
Anthony.
Some of it sucks, though.
It does. There's some of it's gotten crazy because of like YouTube channels and podcasts, and like you get all sorts of people now that are in the media world where you just used to get the beat writer, a couple of national writers, and maybe a couple of radio or broadcast.
Like all the radio shows.
Now you've got radio shows, all the podcasts, all the barstool stuff. Like they're like, it's a massive thing now. So these guys, when they have their press row there, like they're answering this wacky stuff from all over the place.
It's a good time. I mean, it is, you sit there, it is, it's a lot because there are so many more interviews and so many more people with access. It's vastly different from being in your own facility and preparing. Once you get to the Super Bowl city and you have practice, and then you have mandatory like 2-3 hour meetings where you're sitting there and you may or may not be getting interviewed. You may be one person that they want to talk to a lot, but you still got to be there. And so it kind of dwindles down as you get closer to Sunday. But the experience in itself, I think, just leading up to it, I think it's very important. And again, for a game that you are running into people all year long, to have some time where you're not actually in a game, giving yourself a week off of actual game hits, I think that's important.
Where were you guys?
Tampa.
You were in Tampa?
Yeah.
That was an outdoor game?
Yep.
Wow. I could see
Raymond James.
I could see James Harrison's run. I can see Larry Fitzgerald's touchdowns, and I can't
All
picture.
outside.
Well, you know why?
It was nighttime.
Man.
You know why? Is because usually they have the Super Bowl logo kind of like reflect the city that they're playing in. However, that year's Super Bowl, it really didn't do that. It was just like Super Bowl XL whatever, and the logo was like a green football field that swooshed over, and it was just green and blue. It was very simple.
Don't ever face him in random.
Seriously.
That's
Who
a
the hell
very.
remembers that
How
crap?
do you remember
Yeah,
that?
but-
I know what the logo looks like, but how do you
So
know?
You're into design
Yeah.
concepts
So
and stuff.
I
Like,
wanted
you're
to
into
be-
graphic design.
Growing up, my dream job, if it wasn't playing sports, was to design the Super Bowl logo. That was my dream job. Of course, that never came to fruition.
Not yet.
Well, I mean, they have like a template now that, whatever. But, yeah, that was
revolutionized that.
Maybe.
What's your favorite Super Bowl logo of all time?
My favorite Super Bowl logo of all time. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if I really have one. I did enjoy the Detroit one because it kind of looked like something out of Detroit. The one Super Bowl, I believe it was 40. Super Bowl 40. Seahawks.
Yeah.
But you know that
Jamie, you were there.
Yep.
The Super Bowl, and this is why people are, some people think that football is rigged, right? The Super Bowl logo when the Rams played the Patriots, the St. Louis Rams, it was like the United States, it was like the outline of the United States, the Super Bowl. They changed that Super Bowl logo after 9/11.
Yeah.
To red, white, and blue and stuff. And of course, the Patriots won. It's just
boy.
Yeah.
I always love it.
There's some speculation on this year's because the colors are red and yellow, and that's it. It's going to be the script. Carey says Chiefs Commanders.
I've never met anyone that has been not joking, but vocal about the NFL being scripted and actually put their huevos rancheros on the line since they know what's going to happen and, I don't know, pay off the mortgage.
Win a lot of money?
They don't have to know what's going to happen to know that it's scripted. Because you may not
know it's scripted,
but you know it's scripted.
What if you know
made
a
lot
guy?
of money?
He did.
What if you know a
Biff
guy
made a lot of money?
Yeah, true.
And
if you know it's
he knew
scripted,
the outcome.
He had the
Figure
sports
out the
almanac.
script.
He had the sports almanac, and that documentary, he made a lot of money.
He did.
Anytime anybody has said that to me, it's scripted.
Why aren't you
a millionaire right now if you know it's scripted? Well, I just know it's scripted. Okay, so you're
You know
either
who is a multimillionaire?
you're either a conspiracy theorist nut job or you're an idiot.
What?
Which one would you like
Do you
to
know
be?
who's,
at me?
who's loaded?
Which one do you like to
Do
be?
you know who's loaded, Rich? Roger Goodell. You know why? He knows the script.
What? That's not why. He's loaded because the owners pay his salary.
What?
What? Thank you, Carey.
Yeah, but they pay him, and then he takes that, lets it ride on the script, and look at what happens.
Do you remember the World Series that Biff knew the outcome of? Do you know who the two teams were?
Oh, God.
Cubs.
The Cubs
Who
and
do they play?
it
It made
Cubs.
0 sense.
Cubs and Astros.
No.
Something.
It was
Cubs
another-
and Reds.
Nope.
It was a National League
Cubs
team.
and
There's two
Marlins.
Marlins. There's two
Yeah,
National
Cubs and
League teams in
Marlins.
the World Series.
Come on, Biff.
How about the writers that made the damn movie? Let's get
What if they did it
another
on-
team in
I
there.
have no idea what's
What if
going
they
on.
did it on purpose?
Ah.
Some writers do that. They hide things in the movie and see who can find them.
They call those Easter eggs.
They
Yeah.
do. Good job, Anthony.
Well, I wrote a script one time. A lot of Easter eggs in it.
It's called Week 1 of the NFL.
That's correct. Wait, what? All right. Boy, we accomplished next to nothing in the sports six-pack. We really did. I mean, one of the worst sports six-packs you'll ever
Two
get.
questions?
2 questions.
That's
Didn't
not
really
great.
answer any of the questions. Just awful from our standpoint.
Two
but,
four locos.
Yeah. Yeah. But what do you expect? I started off the show saying, let's get nasty on a Monday. So we kind of set the tone there. All right. Our AFC Championship survey. Biggest determining factor in the game. Hero, GOAT, prediction. Next on 101 ESPN. Time Check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. So we did this for the NFC Championship game earlier last hour. Carey and Jamie are taking the Eagles. Marsh and I are taking the Commanders in an upset. Time for the AFC Championship game entrance survey. What will be the biggest determining factor in this game, Carey Davis?
Josh Allen taking care of the football. Same as with the NFC game. Jaden Daniels taking care of the ball. Josh Allen taking care of the football. I don't know if you saw the video. There's a video where they were asking him. He got stopped on the goal line by the Baltimore Ravens last week, and he kind of looked as though he was about to pitch the ball to James Cook. And they asked him. He's like, no. Keep that Josh Allen away. Like, you keep him away from me, I'm okay. Because that Josh Allen wants to make a play at all costs, and it ends up costing the team.
Yeah.
Take care of the football. Don't be a superhero. Don't put on your cape. Play sound football. Hand the ball off. Run the ball when you're asked to do so. And if you do that, I think you give yourselves a chance to win the game.
What about you, Jamie?
What's the question again?
Besides the score, the biggest determining factor in the game?
Oh, the referees. We'll see just how much the Chiefs have paid them.
Oh, my goodness.
What? You don't agree, Carey?
I didn't say anything.
You had nothing good to say about the refs in that Kansas City game.
Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Didn't the NFL change the rules for the Bills after the Bills lost their 13-second game?
They changed it for the Bills, or did they change it because of Patrick Mahomes?
I believe they changed it for the Bills so that...
Well, they were like, this guy is so good. This guy is so good, we got to give other people a chance.
Didn't do that for Patrick Mahomes the year prior.
That's one thing that they changed. It could not affect the outcome of that game anymore. The penalties that they call in real time against the opposition,
those matter.
Those matter in the real time.
Yeah.
So apart from the referees,
Jamie, do you think that they can overcome, like a good team can overcome a really horrendous call?
Not when the referees are in on it and they've got money on the game.
Like Washington, for example, like the Commanders, and the Lions are gifted a face mask that wasn't a face mask call. Lions score a touchdown. Do you think a team like Washington can overcome
one
stuff
call,
like that?
Anthony? It's several calls.
Also, one team that actually puts the big boy pants on and overcomes some of that stuff.
Whatever you want, Anthony. But so the refs are my first choice. Second choice would be Josh Allen. I want to know if ticking time bomb boy is still in there or not. And like you said, Carey, I think he absolutely wanted to pitch that one.
He did.
And he caught himself.
Like, don't do it.
And he didn't do it. So we need that version of Josh Allen again in this game.
Travis Kelce. Biggest determining factor.
Well, Taylor Swift might be on this one. Is she going to be there or not?
Oh, for sure. She'll be there. I'm sure Caitlin Clark will be there, too. She was at the last game.
Oh, yeah. She's going to play for the Chiefs.
Can you stop Travis Kelce? If you can't, you ain't winning the game.
Can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
Damn right, Carey.
He'll be running down that field going about 5 miles per hour. But he better make sure you tackle him because he's going to get about 40 yards. 40 yards. He'll have one play where he gets 40 to 50 yards running 5 miles per hour down the field. I don't know how he does it.
Picking up on your snark.
And he's got two hands on the football, which is smart. But, you run like this. I don't know. It just looks kind of goofy, but he does it really well.
I think the biggest determining factor in the game will be whether or not the Bills can play perfect for 60 minutes. Because that's what's going to take to beat the Chiefs, who don't make mistakes, especially in these games. So if the Bills make mistakes, it's going to be an L. That's what it takes to beat the Chiefs.
Perfection.
That's what it has been.
Yeah.
I mean, how many losses?
It's because the team and the referees. You got to be perfect.
Jamie, you can describe that sign of perfection any which way you want.
I just did.
Okay. Your hero in the game.
Well, this is easy for me. I don't want it to be this guy, but if there's going to be a hero in this game, it's got to be friggin' Patrick Mahomes. I mean, let's just be honest. Even if Josh Allen puts together a drive down the field and there's, something like 13 seconds left, a just random number, Patrick Mahomes is still able to do damage. So it's good. If there's a hero in this game, I'm going with the odds. It'll be Patrick Mahomes.
I'm torn. I honestly don't know who I think is going to win. Part of me wants to say I don't think either quarterback is going to be the hero. I don't think that they've done. I mean, they've thrown like for 150 yards each game this postseason.
Have you seen Josh Allen run with the ball?
I have. I seen him try to toss it back to his running back too.
But he didn't, Carey.
Because Baltimore wouldn't let him go.
Doesn't matter.
Toss it.
He found a way to get the Ravens in this, didn't he?
Loves them.
I know. We're off the Ravens. I'm going to say the hero will be Buffalo's defensive line, the entire D-line. Like getting pressure. I thought that would be important last week for Baltimore. Getting pressure on Patrick Mahomes, keeping him in the pocket. These are things that we talked about last week. They were unable to do. The Houston Texans were unable to do. If Buffalo can get after Patrick Mahomes and keep him in the pocket, I think that's going to be that'll be the hero.
George Karlaftis.
George
not a bad one.
Karlaftis. Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
He's the hero. Makes a big-time play.
Isaiah Pacheco.
We haven't really said his name lately.
I know. He was banged up. He's been hurt, right? And I feel like the Chiefs do a really good job of kind of keeping a player on ice and just slowly building him up. Certainly does. We saw this with Rashee Rice last year, where he's a rookie and he's slowly brought along. Isaiah Pacheco's been back now for probably about a month or so, month plus, and they really haven't leaned on him. But Isaiah Pacheco is an incredibly underrated player. And I know he's not Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry gashed Buffalo's run defense last week. So if the Chiefs can get Isaiah Pacheco rolling, I think we see more of him this time as opposed to Kareem Hunt. Like, Kareem Hunt will still be a part of the game plan. But I think if Isaiah Pacheco can get going a little bit, then that'll open up things even more for the passing game, which, has been grounded for most of the year for the Chiefs. But I think it's time for Pacheco to get going again. Yeah. All right, the GOAT. Jamie.
The GOAT will be Josh Allen. He's going to try and force a pass in somewhere or a toss back to his running back or hang on to the ball too long. Until he proves that he's not still that guy somewhere deep inside there, he has the potential of being that guy. So he's my choice.
I told you I'm so torn with this game because I really don't know. I want to say the linebacker core for the Buffalo Bills. Hey, somebody has to know where Travis Kelce is. He's going to. I can tell you where he's going to be, where the ball is. Walk 8 to 10 yards straight down the field. Pick a hash. He'll be somewhere in that area. You can find him. That's where he's going to be. So it's going to be the linebacking core or the safeties of the Buffalo Bills, just not being able to keep eyes on Travis Kelce. I don't know how you lose one of the best tight ends ever, Bob. I don't know why we don't know where. I would be like, we don't know where this guy is? Find out where he is. Every snap. Mm-hmm. Locate him, point to him. Here he is. Hey, this guy. Know where he is.
Right.
But it's going to be them. And it's going to be frustrating for Buffalo Bills fans all over the world.
Bills fans are going to hate this.
Don't do that.
I'm going to do it.
Don't do it.
I'm going to do it, Anthony.
Can we do it together?
Yes.
Because I feel like you're about to.
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Me.
3, 2, 1. Tyler Bass.
Oh my gosh!
Why? He missed a field goal at the end of that game last week.
Yes, he did.
And it at the time you're like, all right, he missed a field goal, whatever.
Yeah.
But that was a huge field goal looking back at it.
Yep.
And it ingrained in my brain.
You know the game's going to be close.
100%.
You know whoever has the ball last going to have an opportunity to win. And you know Bill's kicker's got a little bit of a reputation. Mm-hmm. A big reputation.
That's heartbreaking.
And he missed a field goal last year, right?
You got me.
Yep. I heard you.
Okay.
It's heartbreaking. That's what I said.
Yeah, but I said a reputation. A big reputation.
Was that the game against the Chiefs that he missed the field goal?
I believe so.
Yes.
When I believe it was Jim Nantz was like, and they got a ton of just a ton of confidence in this guy within the room, and it's wide right.
Yeah.
Jim's fault.
Yeah.
It's a broadcaster's jinx.
Yeah.
You don't say it till after the kick.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
They had a lot of confidence in this guy.
Well, that's gone now.
Oh, man.
All right. Predictions.
I got 29-27.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Who do you have?
29-27.
Yeah, you've been trying to not make this prediction all day.
Who do you think I got?
I think he has the Chiefs.
I think you have the Bills.
I think Carey doesn't want to. I'm in the same boat. I don't want the Chiefs to win, but I'm picking them.
You don't want either of these teams to win. Let's be honest. You want the Eagles to win. That's what you want.
Right, in this game, too.
That's what you want. You want the Eagles to win.
Who's your pick? 29-27, Chiefs.
Yep.
That had to make you vomit in your own mouth.
You're welcome.
No.
Did that
I
for
don't
you.
think so. No, you didn't.
I did it for you.
No, you didn't. I thought we were brothers. From week one
I
on.
rooted for the Chiefs.
And you've been rooting against them.
I'm on board.
Consistently,
Where are my
including
glasses
last
at?
week.
All
When you
right.
predicted the Texans to win. Oh, don't you dare.
29-27.
Don't you dare.
Chiefs.
Now,
Book
get out of
it.
here. Did you have fun?
Huh?
Did you have fun today? Get out.
Tyler Bass misses a
you gotta
field
be kidding
goal
me. I wasn't even paying
to
attention.
win the damn game, like Marshy said. 29-27. Huh?
No.
Yeah.
Jamie?
28-24, Bills.
Nah, get out of here.
You told me to get out of here, too.
Who cares?
You didn't mean yours.
I did. I put my glasses on.
So
Meant it.
I think Tyler Bass, I don't think it's going to come down to like final second field goal miss. I think he misses a field goal that puts them up 2 scores. Like the Bills are up by 6.
Like Gary Anderson in the 1998 NFC Championship game.
Something like that. Missed field goal with like maybe 2:40 left in the game. Misses the field goal. You're up 6, could make it 9. Chiefs go down, win by 1. 27-26. 27-26.
Chiefs?
Chiefs.
23-20 Chiefs. 23-20 Chiefs.
You don't even
Rooting for
believe
the
that.
Chiefs.
Yes, I do.
No, you really don't.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Anthony, I know you, and when you really believe something, people can tell. You don't believe that.
And then the Bills, as they're driving back to the airport, can listen to their stupid Mr. Brighthouse song. They can just blare it. Now that is the time to play that song. When you're feeling down about yourself and you're thinking about doing... Never mind.
Whoa.
They can listen to it then, is my point.
Experience some jealousy right now.
Oh, jeez.
Is that one of their songs, too?
No, that's just part of the song.
I
don't know any of this.
Is I
You've hung out with some of the best bands in ever, Bob.
Not the Killers yet.
Oh, come on. It's just disgusting. All right.
Your punishment should be you have to sing that song for karaoke.
No.
That would be great.
That would be incredible.
I think you'd melt some faces, Anthony.
Oh my
I'll fake my own death first.
What?
Kids will be sad for a little bit, but they'll get over it.
Anthony was sick.
How would you do it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah? I mean, if you're faking it, like, it's got to be something that
disappearance.
believable.
Yeah, disappearance.
But then you're just missing. You're not dead.
After 2 weeks, they'll know.
Yeah, but then you're still
wait
missing.
2 whole weeks.
They'll just figure after 2 weeks, we got to call off the search party.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And when do you pop back out?
Never.
Just use that just for men. No one would.
Nobody knows. No one confused me for Ryan Day. That'll be a little weird, but yeah. All right.
Is that Anthony coaching the Central Michigan Chippewas?
Can't be. Look at the beard. It's too dark. All right. St. Louis Rams fans might be getting a little bit of retribution. We'll explain why next on 101 ESPN. Punchline on 101 ESPN. Some of Jamie and I's conversations right before we come back on air are pretty priceless. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, and Anthony Stalter. Marsh.
You missed it. I heard a little bit as I was stepping out. That's why I stepped out.
Oh, yeah, right.
Nah, you liked it. Marsh, you had the thought about St. Louis Rams fans maybe getting some redemption here.
Yeah, a little retribution.
Now, you got there kind of an elongated way, but why don't you explain why you think that maybe St. Louis Rams fans kind of got a Trojan horse gift here?
Well, I don't think it's a secret that Rams fans don't necessarily love Jerry Jones.
What?
I think he and, he who should not be named, they were maybe working together.
Yeah.
Try and get those Rams out of St. Louis.
Sure.
Well, Jerry Jones.
Facts.
Yes. The Cowboys are closing in on a deal to make Brian Schottenheimer their new head coach, who I'm sure St. Louis Rams fans love.
Could you think of a worse head coach hire? Right now.
No.
Right now, could you think of a worse head coach hire than Brian Schottenheimer for the Dallas Cowboys?
Why?
Exactly right. Where the hell has this guy been? That's going to be your guy?
Was he the Cowboys' O coordinator this year? Has he been their coordinator? I don't know.
Nobody knows.
McCarthy called plays.
He's not hired.
They're
thinking about it.
They are seriously interested.
Trending in that direction.
Man, okay.
I think Carey Davis said it right when he said, "Why? Why?"
I don't know why.
I mean, you could do a lot. You could go in a lot of different ways here, and they might not be right.
He was their OC. I don't think he called plays. I didn't even know he was their OC. I just thought Mike McCarthy.
Actually, I did. He's been there for a couple of years.
Yeah, a few years.
Under McCarthy.
But
he didn't
why?
call plays. McCarthy called the plays.
Why?
Exactly.
You know,
Robert Saleh may not work out if you hire him, right? May not. Kellen Moore, I think that wouldn't be a good hire. I would take either over Brian Schottenheimer. Like, what are you doing, Jerry?
So, Brian, huh?
Well, he was good here in St. Louis.
He was terrible.
Yeah.
And you know it. That's why
What are
you
you
said
talking
it.
about? It's not like you were on the radio at the time.
Oh, boy. Carey and I spent some time in this studio late at night, preseason and regular season, talking about Shotty's OC. No postseason.
Yeah, no postseason, Carey.
Not a one. Not a one. Did we have, even meaningful games to talk about beyond September? And those games, obviously not meaningful, but at least they hadn't been eliminated yet.
They went 7-8. 7-8-1 his first year.
I don't remember doing
7-9.
a post-game show with you in which
6-10.
we were discussing the
Something
Rams
great?
still kind of being in the hunt.
Oh, no. Hell no. In the hunt?
Yeah.
No.
In the picture.
No, that didn't happen. That was they were done often early.
Chester goes, Art Shell busy? Was Art Shell busy?
Art Shell is no longer with us.
Oh, man. Well, I guess he's not available then.
He's definitely not available.
Well, then cross him off then. I couldn't think of a more lame hire for the Dallas Cowboys.
That's my biggest issue, is that the Dallas Cowboys used to be, or are supposed to be, America's team, the big brand in football,
My apologies. Art Shell is still alive.
You killed him.
Call him up.
That's not the first time we've done that.
Nope, definitely not the first time we've done that.
Nope. It happens, guys. It happens. Especially when somebody has the exact same name as somebody else.
Yeah. Spelled just a little differently.
Yeah,
right?
well, they didn't have the benefit of that at the time, Anthony. But the Cowboys, they should be hiring a named coach. Even Pete Carroll, somebody with a name to go be the coach of the Cowboys. Not this guy.
I think Pete Carroll bowed out. I don't think he wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
Who?
He wanted to coach.
Well, it's just an example.
Right.
Just an example.
You got to get what you can
to
get.
Jamie's point, But even you don't even need a name guy.
Jerry Jones, to me, I really thought that his next hire after this was going to be John Gruden. I really thought that. Gruden's come out of the woodwork here. He's working over at Barstool, doing a whole bunch of football stuff again. I thought to myself, that's just the kind of hire that I feel like Jerry Jones would make.
Yeah.
But not Brian. Is it Brian Schottenheimer?
It's Brian Schottenheimer, yeah. Yeah. Brian Schottenheimer.
I remember his dad.
Former OC
Marty
of
Schottenheimer,
yours.
right?
Yes, Marty Schottenheimer was his father. Yeah. Marty Schottenheimer was a really good coach. Yeah. I was waiting for it, and then I was going to be like, yeah, Jamie, you didn't even go with it. Brian Schottenheimer's the epitome of a mediocre OC. Boring-ass game plans. No creativity, no imagination. And you want him to be your head coach.
He hasn't had a shot yet. You never know.
There's a reason for that.
It's keeping him down.
All right, well, we'll see if it actually happens because it's just a rumor at this point. We don't actually know. Sure. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We've got Bet the Board coming up next. Carey has really pulled away here. Carey's crushing us.
Wow. Hey.
And we're getting toward the end of the month. This thing's basically over.
Screwed.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah, you're
but
out
you know
of
what?
it.
Why don't we just keep playing? Even though Carey basically won the month, let's just keep playing.
All right.
Bet the Board next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues fall to the Vegas Golden Knights last night by a final score of 4-2. They'll take on the Dallas Stars tomorrow, and you can listen to that one right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. Before the Blues game, we'll have Rutgers going up against Michigan State with the pregame starting at 12. Tip-off at 12:30. And on Sunday, you can listen to both the AFC and NFC championship game with the pregame starting at 1 for the Eagles and Commanders game with the kickoff at 2. And then following that will be Chiefs and Bills. If you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. That's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We have Bet the Board coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Time to Bet the Board here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, and Anthony Stalter. Carey is up pretty big right now. You got the standings for us, Marsh, just so we know our fate?
Yeah, so Carey leads the way with 10 points.
Jeez.
Anthony, you have 7. I now have 7. Jamie has 5.
Oh, no.
Whatever. Whatever. You didn't have to say it. You just said Jamie's last.
Okay.
He gave the number.
What's
Jamie,
your problem with me? The last 10 minutes. Anthony, you've heard. The last 10 minutes. You've kind of come at me. What is it?
It's been a little vicious.
What did I say?
The week's about to end. The show's about to end. Like, just get it off your chest.
It's a Monday. The week just started.
Well, maybe that's why you're angry at me. I don't know. I didn't do it, though. So can we clear it up? Like, what's your problem?
I don't have a problem.
It has been tense.
Can we clean up the attitude, then,
I'll
please?
clean it up.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll clean it up once you leave.
Jamie.
I'll kick you out of here before the show ends.
Oh, well, okay.
I was
call your buddies.
Tell them to bring weapons. Carey?
Give me A.J. Brown plus 60 yards, minus 136.
It's a bad pick. Just trying to piss everybody off now. I don't know why.
Carey, you know what's starting to bother me?
Carey
has had this look on his face when we've talked about the Eagles that he knows something.
He knows the script. Why do you think he's winning? He knows the script. He played in the NFL. They're letting him in on it.
He really hasn't said much with the Eagles stuff. He's just allowed us to say things, and then he's looked at us and he's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like earlier.
We'll see.
We said the Eagles. Why? They're better.
Yeah.
Like what?
He's holding something. He's withholding something from us. What do you know?
Withholding anything.
And then, of all players, I mean, A.J. Brown doesn't have 30 yards in 2 games, let alone 60 yards. And Carey goes, hey, give me that A.J. Brown over. What are you not telling us?
Just telling you I know he's a good player, man.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Checking his emails here.
24 yards this postseason.
At 10 and 14.
You're right.
It's the do factor. I understand.
I don't know. All right. Okay. Marsh, would you like to go?
Sure. Give me Saquon Barkley over 120 rushing yards at minus 149.
That's a good bet. That's a good bet.
Minus 149 over 120 rushing yards. He's gotten over 130, I believe.
We know Jalen isn't going to pass the ball. So
that's an alt line then, right? Because his total is 128. So you in a secondary market there?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, yep, because that plus 130 at 130, in terms of how many rushing yards, minus 108. But at 120, it's minus 149, and that's the threshold. So
it is.
Let's go.
We'll allow it.
Chiefs money line, minus 130.
Whatever.
Easy peasy.
Well, nothing's easy when you're talking about my Chiefs. They tend to let teams hang around for a while. They like to play with their food.
Around.
And then eventually win the game.
Okay.
You guys know my stance on the Bills and their choice of dumb songs.
I can't wait for them to win. Dallas Stars tonight on the money line, minus 147. They're playing the Vegas Golden Knights, who played last night. Could be a little tuckered out.
Not fading the Rangers again?
Not tonight. Friggin' Flyers. Jackwads.
I don't think you and I have a winning pick in the last 5 days.
I was rolling pretty good. I was picking games, game after game. I was like feeling the flow, happy.
Mm-hmm.
I have hit ice. Like,
I've been the same way.
Terrible.
I think my last win was the Blues. I took the Blues against somebody.
Calgary?
Maybe the second game against Calgary.
It's a good pick.
And thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Haven't hit one since. I don't think.
Sorry about that.
Wow. Hey, well, don't like to play better, right?
Anthony, what is an octopus? Not like the thing that swims around, but in the sports betting world, it says, will there be an octopus? Yes, plus 1,300. No, minus 3,500.
It's a 8-leg parlay.
Octopus.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Maybe the tax line.
Both teams score in every quarter?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, that's a hell of a guess.
What game is that?
Football.
That would be the only thing I would think of.
I don't know. Text line, activate. You guys are like
Mount
Google
up.
for us. What is an octopus in the world of gambling, or in particular, football betting?
Waterboard says you haven't won since you moved the bet the board segment.
It's very
Good
true.
point. Thank you, Waterboy.
Thanks, Splashback Deuce.
I just looked it up.
You pile.
And
An octopus is when a same player scores a touchdown and a 2-point conversion on the same drive, foregoing a field goal and extra point. I could see that happening.
Didn't somebody just do that?
why would they call it an octopus, though? I
don't
get
know.
that. Oh, because
6 plus 2.
Yeah, that's 8, Anthony. 8. Good job.
Why would they call it an octopus? Didn't I? Very good. You are crazy. I feel like they did maybe was it Greathouse for Notre Dame? Did he score the touchdown and get the 2-point?
Maybe.
I think he. No,
I don't know.
I feel like somebody just did that recently. I'll have to look. Anyways, all right.
Well, Marshy wanted it to be Derrick Henry, but he was so livid that he motioned him out of the backfield.
I didn't like that.
To Marsh's point, though, Derrick Henry has stone hands. So,
Well, he can run the ball in. That's still a 2-point conversion.
we've all seen better hands on a clock. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
I saw this video of Nick Saban talking about Derrick Henry when he was at Alabama. Did you see this?
I saw it.
And they were doing like a drill with pass protection. And I guess the offensive coordinator at the time, or one of the coaches, was kind of getting on Derrick Henry for not doing the drill correctly. Do I need to get after you again, Jamie?
Yell at him. Yell at him.
Anyways.
Anyways.
How far is it going to be? He says, start talking to me. Shut up.
But anyways, starts getting on Derrick Henry for not doing it correctly. And then Derrick Henry, is talking with Nick Saban. He goes, Coach, the only thing I know is they just toss me the football and I just run forward.
Yeah.
That's all I knew.
He said in high school, that's all they did.
That's all they did.
They
They
just
just
ball
tossed
and
the
I ran.
Yeah, of course.
Be patient.
That is. I mean, that's kind of enlightening, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you're you're like talking to your kids sometimes. Like, wow, why are you not doing this?
I don't know.
I've never done this.
I've never done it before, Dad.
Oh, I'm 3.
I'm terrible as a parent, aren't I?
Awful. I've taught you nothing. Yeah. All right. When we come back, what we learned, plus 3 stars of the day and criticisms and compliments. That's next on 101 ESPN.
This is Ron from Swiss Air.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or your 101 Dobbs Star and Auto Center's mobile app. All the podcasts, of course, brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. What we learned, what I learned today, is that it's Friday, not Monday.
That's important.
Yeah.
Which is huge, guys. I mean, Friday's way better than Monday. You know, we get the weekend coming up, Champ Dash coming up. So, yeah, that's what I learned today.
Okay.
Jamie?
I learned that although Anthony Stalter does not like the Killers or Mr. Brightside, that he certainly listens to Taylor Swift volume way up
He does.
in his drives home.
Yep.
And sings along. I learned that today.
She's got some
He
good
gave
jams.
us a couple of. He did it a couple of times. I was like, I didn't know what he was talking about.
I didn't. He's like, Taylor Swift, you guys don't know? It was like an obscure song, too, like not even a hit.
Yeah.
You know someone's a fan when they're singing the B-side, you know?
No doubt.
What was the song again?
Big reputation. I said that Bill's Kickers have a reputation, a big reputation. And then I looked, and you guys had all blank stares.
Yeah, because we don't listen to Taylor Swift.
That's fine.
Yeah, we don't.
I was very
My
good on
wife,
your
Kristen. My wife, Kristen, loves Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you got her on it.
That and SZA. You know what I mean? SZA.
Oh, the singer.
Yeah.
SZA.
SZA.
I learned that Biff might be the only one that really had the script because he learned it and made millions of dollars. Everyone else, there's no such thing.
No, we don't.
Because if you had a script, what would you be, Anthony?
Not here.
No offense, guys.
No, I love you guys. You guys be with me, just not here.
Yeah.
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 Marsh, what'd you learn?
I learned that if you dyed your beard, you would be Ryan Day.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Clearly.
Yeah.
Just as
Right?
likable.
I mean, you already got the head coaching qualities in football.
Thanks, Marsh. Yeah,
You
I
know,
appreciate that.
just as
I appreciate you
likable,
saying
too.
that. Yeah, just as likable. Meanwhile, Jamie,
those
for
rosy
those that
red
don't know,
cheeks.
does not like Ryan Day. So, total shot.
No, it's way different with you, Anthony.
Yeah, not much. Yeah. All right. Marshy, criticisms, compliments?
Yeah, so we get one from the 636. Hey, guys, best Monday I've had in a while. Seriously, I really enjoy listening to you, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
You too. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Jamie's vacation Speedo. Think how great Anthony's mood had to get once he was told it was Friday.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a good point.
I hope I helped out everybody with that.
Let's get nasty on a Monday.
For those who don't know, I led off today's show saying, let's get nasty on a Monday. Nobody knew in this room.
You're just
listeners.
autopilot.
Yeah. Carrie's looking at me like, did you say that? I'm like, I don't know. Apparently I did.
We're just on autopilot.
Jamie's getting out.
All right, boys,
we'll
I
see you
got
on
to bounce.
Sunday.
Got the Blues Hall of Fame dinner.
Get out of here.
Have fun.
Headed down to the MAC.
Oh,
Anthony,
nice.
I'll tell him
Okay.
you said
Yeah,
hi.
you know me. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
You boys
please
have a
do.
great weekend.
Peace out.
Go Bills.
Oh, that's for you, Anthony. That wasn't for me.
I felt it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said that for you.
Uh-huh.
Not
All
me.
right. Have fun, Jamie. We'll see you on Sunday, pal.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.
All righty. Marsh, go ahead.
From the 573, Marsh is the glue of the show.
No
That's
question.
That's no question.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, without him.
Yep. Backbone,
Without him,
glue.
we might not have a job, actually.
Oh, wait, that's facts. You're just spitting facts. Considering he turns on and off our mics.
Yeah.
What you just said, Carey, spot on.
Yeah.
Lisa says, have a great weekend, guys. My coworker said, I know it's getting close to baseball season. I can hear you chirping at the radio. LOL, Lisa.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't feel like we've heard from Lisa in a while.
She's been
Good to
texting.
hear from you.
She's been listening.
I've been listening. Good stuff, Lisa.
All right, we ready for our 3 stars of the day?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, our 3rd star of the day. Is he gone? Okay. Jamie's attitude gets our 3rd star of the day. I don't know what he was bringing today.
Yeah. Yeah, he had issues today, didn't he?
With all of us.
Maybe because he thought it was Monday.
Maybe.
You know,
Well,
but yeah,
you
Jamie
set the tone.
Yeah, Jamie, piss poor attitude today.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Yep. And that's most days, but
Especially
today. Yep. I don't know. And he's going down to the Hall of Fame dinner, so he's got plenty to look forward to. But yeah, just a real pile today.
Second star of the day goes out to Mr. Brighthouse.
Mr. Brighthouse.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. Nope. You know I don't like
Is that the song?
No, Mr. Brightside was the star of the day. I believe it was yesterday. But Mr.
Anthony's
Brighthouse,
version.
which does not exist on the internet.
You're great at making renditions to songs.
Out of all the things I do, Carey, I think that is something that you enjoy the most.
I love it. I do.
Out of all the things we do here, that is the thing I think you're most impressed by.
It really does impress me.
I had 15 Ding Dong Johnsons at our softball thing, and you were like, no. But when I take
15?
I think I had 15. 14?
Oh, you hit 15.
Yeah.
You think
How many did I have? 14?
Yeah, he didn't hit
14.
15,
14? Anyways.
I thought you said I ate 15 Ding Dong Johnsons.
No,
I'm like,
I
is
hit.
that a food? Like, is that a hostess thing?
Yeah,
Or is it
well,
a
Ding
hot
Dongs
dog?
are, yeah.
Hot dog.
No, I hit the home runs.
Yeah.
Anyways, for those that don't know, because I always do it during the break, I usually take commercial jingles and add my own lyrics.
You are
Yeah, they're great.
fabulous at it.
Very good.
Someone should hire you.
They're very dark. I don't know why.
Weird Al Stalter.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a much darker one.
First star of the day goes out to Getting Nasty on a Monday. On a Friday.
On a Friday. Well said.
Gotta
Absolutely.
get nasty
Yeah.
on Monday.
Everybody, appreciate you listening throughout the course of the week. And have a great weekend. For those that are going to head down to Hot Shots in Fenton, we'll see you on Sunday for the Champ Bash. Don't forget, me, Marsh, Riz, we're going to be doing that show from 11 to 2. Maybe Carey will stop by, too. Who knows? If he gets to Hot Shots a little bit early.
Later.
I'll be there
early.
later. Plus, the Rizzuto Show will perform their choreographed dance pick'em punishment at halftime of Game 1. So looking for that. For Jamie Rivers, for Andrew Marsh, for Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. Have a great weekend. We will see you.